Yo, yo, here we go. How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing? A little, I look a little, I naturally look a little thinner, less crystal cloggage. How's everybody doing? Now I'm getting up here now, clogged, little black holes clogged. How's everybody doing? Because I'm concerned about you. Because I'm concerned about me. Yeah, it's rough, man. It has been fucking rough, man. I mean, damn, man. At least I got some fucking coffee, man. Jeez, keep the fucking fingers crossed. Hi. Hello. Well, okay. All right. I'm just waiting for my friends to show up and comment. Where are you guys? Like, what's going on? What happened to you? All right. Let me see. Do I have any memes? No, I showed that one, didn't I? Yeah, I should. Damn it. All right. All right. Well, let's show some videos. Oh, wait. Let me just see if I can rewind this one here. All right. Oh, I saved this one and fuck it. Let's see. I can't figure out which part of it I tried. Let me just play some shit here.
Ares Tartaria, 1776 was the year everything changed. In 1776, the Illuminati was founded in Bavaria. The Rothschild banking empire began its global expansion. The American Revolution broke out. Tartaria began to disappear from the maps, all in the same year. Coincidence? Tartaria was not a myth. It was a vast, ancient civilization with advanced free energy technology.
So let me just straighten these people out. It was Tartaria was a small area in the old world that they probably called Tartaria, right? And it wasn't the entire old world that they called Tartaria. It was just a certain area. And it wasn't that ancient because only 420 years ago, this world was vibrant and alive, a highly advanced civilization. It wasn't ancient. It was highly advanced, and it just got wiped out recently. So nothing here is ancient other than to the old world. some things that they might have created a long time ago, ages ago. And again, most of the time, like a dream, everything's here when you get here, right? And when you out of a dream, it's gone again too, because it's not real.
Architecture using sacred geometry, a harmonious way to live with natural law, knowledge of the ether. They buried Tartaria, literally, with mud floods, natural disasters.
No, it wasn't mud floods. The place, the old world had a meltdown. Too much electricity melted the buildings and created a flood because it was so hot. It made the water turn into a gas and then cool off down and back into a liquid, flooding everything. And that's where you get your mud floods, is when the buildings were cooked into ash. That created what people think is the earth, natural earth, sand, soil, all this clay. It's just melted red bricks and concrete moldings placed over the bricks. So all of that cooked to ash, when it rains, it creates mud, even mud floods. But that's not what the initial catastrophe was. Electricity, you see.
And a new history. Once they buried the old world, they created the new one. Central banks, slavery by debt, maritime law, artificial scarcity, indoctrination through education, all funded by the same families. The Rothschilds didn't just fund empires, they funded restarts and deleted everything that didn't serve the system of control. Tartaria was way too free, way too advanced, way too powerful. So they turned everything upside down. Free energy became fossil fuel. The truth became a conspiracy. The spirit became religion. Nature has become a resource. Freedom became an illusion. 1776 wasn't the beginning, it was the cover. We are the generation that rediscovers what they tried to delete. Tartaria was real. The ether is real. And the truth is no longer hidden.
Uh-oh. Look at all the red bricks.
Folks, the old world.
Look what happened to the bricks. Okay, I'll try to find the part here. Okay.
Would have been something spectacular. It really would. Would have been great to see all the free energy stuff we had, all the plasma stuff that we had, all the Tesla stuff.
No, we didn't have it. They had it. They had it. Learn how to speak, bro. We weren't there. We weren't alive yet, bro. And if we were, it was in another body, and it's not us. Exactly the same way. So, no, we didn't. They learn how to speak. They did. They did. They had the free energy. You're sitting here like a retard. You don't have shit. What do you mean we? You don't have shit. Learn how to talk. We're so dumb here.
A lot of that stuff appears to be coming back. But they're destroying all of it. They're destroying everything they can about the old world. All of this ISIS stuff, all the shit that's happened in the Middle East has been mainly about destroying a lot of the old world, and they're still at it. Israel is just pounding the shit out of Lebanon, pounding the shit out of Gaza. Gaza is about, well, it's less than half the size that it was. People just crammed into these tents.
Look at that. Look at that cocksucking shit. Look at the yellow line is Palestine. And then you see where Israel has completely taken over Palestine. And it invaded it in 1948. And now they've almost successfully slaughtered all of the Palestinians in the entire land. But bare minimum, it has them quarantined into a open air prison right now, where they test war weapons for the corporations, the military industrial complex, on these poor innocent children.
Cities in this area, like even within Gaza City, like areas within that map that you just saw are within.
Again, what you see here, right? You see here is an invasion. all of that, there should be zero Jew flags, Israeli flags, zero. None of these fucking goddamn colonist invaders are legitimate. They're all criminal. They invaded and stole the land via murder. They got their land by murdering people. All of this land was stolen by murder. And when you murder someone, it's wrong. It's wrong to murder someone. And when you murder someone in this world, you have to die now. You can't be here anymore. The punishment has to fit the crime. It's not like you stole something. You have to die. At the same time, if somebody stole something, you can't execute them because the punishment has to fit the crime. They didn't kill anyone. They just stole a piece of candy. So you have to use your fucking brains. And what they did here, all of these fuckers, everyone in this entire land of Palestine that's not an actual, real, true native Semite like the Palestinians needs to be rounded up and executed or moved to some island where they fucking, can kill each other.
Into these tent cities in this area, like even within Gaza City, like areas within that map that you just saw are within Gaza City. Well, there's areas of Gaza City within that map. And the people are just living there in tents among the rubble. I mean, there's some buildings, shells of buildings still standing, but mostly it's just rubble. And they're still bombing it. They are pounding the shit out of Lebanon as well.
Yeah.
They're annexing most of southern Lebanon.
So again, the same method of operation, modus operandi they're using on Gaza, they're using the exact same techniques on Lebanon, on the Lebanese people now. So what you're seeing is a pattern of Israelis attacking everyone around them and murdering them and genociding them like they did the Palestinians. And they have a plan, a Greater Israel plan, to expand that. And then next, you're going to be, they're already have invaded the U.S. government, and they're trying to enslave you.
Israeli troops have crossed the Litani River, and they're now advancing north. They're now occupying roughly 2,000 square kilometers
of Lebanon. They're invading another country as we speak. Modern day colonialism, attacking and invading innocent people to murder them and steal their land. This is today. This is the kind of people the Israelis are. These, a lot of them that hide under the cover of a Jew and give all the real Jews in America a bad name.
Of Lebanon.
I've never even been to Israel and don't have these crazy supremacy indoctrinations.
Nearly 20% of the country. And over the past weeks and months, Israel has destroyed dozens of villages in the south. The latest push has brought Israel
villages, not government facilities. They're taking out house by house like a demolition.
Forces closer,
just like Gaza,
to Nabatiyah. They've also advanced to Zawtar al-Sharqiyya. That's a town.
When genocide is your only tool, everything looks like a nail, like a hammer.
Southeast of the city, and also pushed into the village of Shukin. Hezbollah says its fighters confronted Israeli troops here, fighting at...
I'm not calling them Hezbollah. They're Lebanese people. The Lebanese people, stupid, are saying...
at close range. The Israeli military has also issued forced
the terrorist invaders
evacuation orders to Shukin and other
don't know how to talk.
Areas in the district, and forcing people out of their homes. More than 1 million have been displaced. At the same time, these areas have come under relentless Israeli strikes, including Nabatiyah, the city, and the village.
You dumb bitch. You meant to say terrorist strikes, not Israeli strikes.
and towns in the district.
Okay.
They bombed
They are dumb. Almost.
an ancient Christian castle the other day, Beaufort Castle. This was built by the Romans back in the 12th.
No, it's from the old world and it got melted a long time ago. And then the survivor retards just get credit for it. Yeah.
Hundreds. It's a Christian landmark, UNESCO World Heritage Site. The excuse was, well,
These are all melted buildings everywhere. It hurts to listen to these imbeciles speak.
Hezbollah had a rocket launcher in there. So, of course, we didn't send troops in to get rid of the rocket launcher and the crew with the rocket launcher because we're a bunch of gutless cowards who can't actually fight anybody who might possibly fight back, which is why we just murder Palestinians all the time. So instead of that, instead of sending anybody in to do the proper job that a military would do, we just thought we'd bomb a World Heritage Site because we don't want to spill any Jewish blood because too many of us died in the Holocaust. It's always about the Holocaust. The Holocaust is what gives them the ability to wage all of these wars of aggression and claim that they're defending themselves because...
Okay. All right, we got the point. Let's get the next one in here.
Welcome back to the channel. A lot of you have probably already heard this, but Elon Musk projects that by 2040, there will be over 10 billion humanoid robots, not even counting the other robots.
Why? Why though? Why not focus on feeding the people and giving them homes and shelter? Why do you want to have a robot for? Instead, why wouldn't you want to focus on helping your fellow man? See, that's not where your focus is. It's playing with toys and robots. Your focus, Elon, and all of you billionaires and politicians for that matter, and Trump, your focus is always vanity for yourselves and slavery for us.
Robots we're going to have, but 10 billion humanoid robots like Tesla's Optimus robot. But that's not even the most startling part. I think it's...
See, that's where Trump and Elon Musk are worried about robots and statues and ballrooms and shit, okay? They're not focused on your suffering. They have no clue. They're oblivious. They are never, ever, ever focused on who they're supposed to be serving, which is the people. They're never focused on the people. Can you imagine Trump saying, yes, we're getting all kinds of food aid to the cities and shelter aid, actual real solutions. We're filling all their what do they call that shit with the food stamps? They're giving everybody all the food they need. Nobody will not have food. Fuck Israel. Instead of giving those billions of dollars to Israel, we're just going to fund all your food so you got food where that goes to you instead of a foreign country under the and it's where it's treason. Stealing the American people's money and not giving it to the American people is treason. When you take the tax dollars and give it to another country, that's treason, man. You should be executed immediately. That goes for all presidents in the past, politicians, anyone. You steal the Americans' tax dollars and you don't give it back to them, that's theft. It's treason and executable and punishable by death.
Pretty startling, but it's not the most startling part because we're going to have other robots who are going to be taking jobs like long haul trucker jobs. Check this out.
And I have been warning truck drivers that it's coming. What you're watching are the 35 new autonomous driverless box trucks that PepsiCo just rolled out. And they are going to take your job. You see, a truck driver can only drive 11 hours in a 14-hour window. They take sick days, mandatory.
So this is where the billionaires are at, the politicians. This is where they're all at. They want to create technology to do the work, but you don't get the benefit. Instead of all society benefit, only they do.
Tory breaks, an annual salary of $67,000.
Great system, idiots. Way to go, 2026. Bunch of fucking rejects, retards. It's insane.
on top of having to give them a $110,000 box truck that they then have to drive. But these autonomous trucks, they can drive for 24 hours a day.
What a great system where 1% of the entire world get to benefit. 99% of the world have to suffer. What a great system. What a great system. What a bunch of fucking idiots.
Because although they need charged, they get charged as they're loading and unloading the freight. So their travel time is never interrupted. They don't require a salary, no benefits, no sick days,
Shut up.
no workers' comp.
But they do require all kinds of fucking maintenance, energy, all kinds of shit, technology, resources. Good luck with that. Why don't you focus on feeding the poor and sheltering your fellow man and making sure that everybody in the world is okay? Why not making sure that the well-being of the world is okay? Why not that be your focus, everyone? Why isn't your focus a high quality of life for everybody in the world? You ever wonder that? Something is wrong with you.
No overtime. And they only cost around $200,000 a truck.
Let me just interrupt this guy real quick. This was released in the last day or two, and there are 35 driverless trucks, box trucks in the state of Arizona. They're medium and heavy duty Isuzu box trucks equipped with Gatlick's technology, including cameras, radar, and LiDAR. And get this, there are no safety drivers and no onboard observers. These are 100% autonomous vehicles. They haul Frito-Lay snacks like Doritos and Cheetos and beverages between plants, warehouses, and stores like Walmart, Dollar General, and they're on the highways and on the local streets. This partnership between Gatlick Technologies and PepsiCo started in 2022, initially with safety drivers. Fully driverless operations began in June of 2025, and this is the biggest release of autonomous trucks on the roadways in the United States.
Overtime. And they only cost around $200,000 a truck. Not only that, but they achieve a 99% on-time arrival rate with 0 accidents, comparable to a truck driver.
That right there is going to be very, very difficult for companies to resist. Near perfect safety record, on time 99% of the time. They don't need to rest or get paid. They just get charged while they're dropping things off and picking things up. They can run virtually for 24 hours a day.
Now, here's the scary part. PepsiCo employs thousands and thousands of truck drivers, and they have acknowledged that with this new technology, it will ultimately reduce future hiring needs in this industry. That's code for you're getting laid off. And to make it worse, because Trump signed the executive order ensuring a national policy framework for AI, the state's ability to regulate this shit has been gutted. So whether you like it or not, your ass is getting replaced.
Keep in mind, PepsiCo alone as a company employs over 20,000 drivers. And really, with this technology, it's not a matter of if they're going to be replaced, but when. Meanwhile, with regard to the vehicles that are currently on the road that we humans happen to be driving, automakers want it to be a felony for you to work on your vehicle. And they want to team up with politicians to make it a law that makes it a criminal offense if you want to change that water pump, alternator, or spark plugs.
Imagine going to prison for fixing your own truck. That's something that automakers are pushing politicians, and they want to outlaw.
No, imagine a group of pedophiles that believes it has the right and authority to rule over you and make ridiculous, asinine, arbitrary rules for thee, but not for me. That's the whole problem here. That's the whole fucking elephant in the room here. You got a group of fucking pedos telling everybody what to do, rolling over them, stealing their money. They don't got the right to do that. Traffic law, all this mentally ill pedophile shit, they don't have the right to do any of this shit. They all got to die now for this. All these fuckers in government got to get rounded the fuck up and fucking shot.
Independent mechanics and you being able to work on your own truck. Yesterday, CEO Ford met with President Trump to complain that
Because look what they're doing. What's next? Huh? How many times you're allowed to take a shit? What's next? Where does the control fucking stop? Where does it stop, pedophile government? Where does it stop, pedophile politicians in the United States government? Where does it stop, pedophile politicians in every government? You fucking pieces of shit gotta die.
automakers are losing money because independent mechanics are working on cars. They want to make it a law where people can no longer fix their own cars. It's an American pastime. Dads work with their kids. They did oil changes. They change their brakes. They change their tires.
Not to mention, you're not the boss of me, pedophile. You get it? Because I'll kill you if you think you are. I'll straighten you out real quick. There's no arguing. Okay, there's only me winning and being free and dancing on your fucking head when you're dead.
How many of you worked on your cars with your parents, right?
There's only me mutilating what's left of you, laughing and pissing and shitting all over you,
I know I did. That's how I learned about cars.
thinking you can tell me what to do. What a joke you are, you pedophiles in government. I'll kill every one of you, you fucking pedo fucks. You'll never tell me what to do. I will bash your heads in. I will beat you to bloody fucking pulps, you pedophile motherfuckers.
And now they were trying to ban that. They're trying to do away with independent mechanics because they want to charge you $200-300 an hour.
Look at the audacity of these pedophile politicians. What do you see? The CEO, pedophile CEO of Ford and Chevy, both Ford and Chevy, pedophile motherfucking greedy CEOs who steal all the millions of the corporations and they don't even pay their employees. And now they want to take the right of their customers who bought something right out. It's theirs now. And now they want to tell them, it's still ours because you're not allowed to fix it because I said so. And I paid a lobby, and because I lobbied the politicians to get my way, which is bribery. I bribed the politician. The Ford CEO bribed the politicians so that they can make more money. It's called greed. Right now, the CEO of Ford makes millions of dollars, and his mechanics can't even afford to eat. And he wants to take away, and he wants more. It's not enough. They're making billions. It's not enough. He wants more. He wants more. He wants it all. You can't even fix something that is yours. This cocksucking pedophile. If I ever see that CEO of Ford, I will chop your fucking head off with my bare hands, bro. You better never come around here. You're dead, piece of shit. You're dead.
Our labor. But the independent mechanic, that's your friend, he can go in and do a lot of your jobs for substantially cheaper. It's all about fleecing Americans. John Deere tried that and see how that worked out, right? That's every day we cross the thing where Big Brother keeps getting bigger and bigger. You want to lock up people for every little thing. This is my fucking car. I own it.
My fucking car.
I can work on it if I want to. If I want to go sit there and take this fucking grill off myself and fix
I
it.
want to fucking take it apart into a fucking 1,000 fucking pieces and turn it into a piece of fucking art. You don't get to say shit about it. Pedophile CEO, pedophile CEO.
Myself, I should be able to do so. If I want to do a transmission job and I know how to do so, I should be allowed to. Now,
Literally have pedophile CEOs and pedophile politicians riding each other's cock.
we want to basically do everything where big corporations control everything. If Congress passes this, this is one of the worst things ever. Do you know how many mechanics we're going to go out of business? Do you know how many parts stores are going to
They're already about to fucking join with a genocidal state, Israel, a state that a terrorist group that invaded and began to colonize Palestine in 1948 by murdering Palestinians. That's who our government wants to join their military with. That's the pedophiles in the U.S. government we're dealing with. Traitors to a foreign country that murders babies, and they're guilty of genocide, and they're all convicted of war crimes with arrest warrants. How does Trump not have one, by the way? How does Trump not have an arrest warrant?
go out of business. And their argument is this.
How does Trump not have an arrest warrant for what he did in Iran for murdering 168 children in Iran? How do you not have an arrest warrant, an international community arrest warrant for the entire terrorist Trump regime? Shows you the rest of the world is a bunch of pedophile loving motherfuckers. They're all in on it. Every government, it's all a show.
Because hackers will hack into these
Or Trump would have an arrest warrant.
computers. Well, let me tell you something. Get rid
It's a joke. All these international law, it's all a joke. These people are a joke.
of all this electronics, because ever since you guys put electronics in all these cars, they're acting up.
Now, when you ask AI the question, do automakers want to make it illegal for us to work on our own vehicles? The answer it comes back with is no. Automakers are not pushing to make it outright illegal for individuals to work on their own vehicles. It says basic mechanical repairs like changing oil brakes or other DIY work remain fully legal and common in the US and most places. It says the controversy centers on right to repair or the right to repair movement. And then it says particularly access to proprietary diagnostic data, telematics or wireless vehicle data, software tools, and electronic repair information. It says automakers via groups like Alliance for Automotive Innovation and NADA have strongly opposed or lobbied against expanded legislation like the Federal Repair Act. Existing voluntary agreements already provide independent shops and owners with sufficient access. Critics are accusing automakers of using these concerns to protect dealer revenue and control repairs, especially as vehicles become more software heavy and connected. This more centers around the software aspect, the onboard computer aspect to it. But still, you should have the right to repair. If you've got the tools and you want to fix that vehicle, you should be left free to fix that vehicle. It's your vehicle. You should be able to do what you want. The problem is what they're going to say is if you start monkeying with the electronics, then you're going to
Probably is a bunch of bully tyrants. Well, greedy, who are hell-bent on greed, can't get enough. Pigs get slaughtered. They all got to die. Bulls make money, bears make money. The pigs, greedy pigs, get slaughtered, and that's what they are.
void the warranty. And if you void the warranty,
Anywho, it's insane. Fucking stream retard. Go away. So how's everybody doing? A lot of comments. Not a lot of comments for how many people here. Tell you that. Insane. I've never seen anything. I've never heard anything like that. I didn't know that was real. You could fart like that.
Telling me that the electrician who goes to You're telling me that the electrician who goes to work every day and clocks in and works his butt off and tries to earn just enough to be able to, make his rent, maybe have a kid or two, put food on the table, His tax money is being used to buy other people luxury items, cars, yachts, whatever else, and is going to fund terrorism and child trafficking?
Yes, sir.
$1 trillion a year on this stuff?
$115 million an hour.
115 million.
So $115 million an hour is getting squandered and stolen right now because government wants it to be that way.
Dollars an hour. How do they get their hands on it? What are we talking about here? Trends, national organizations, criminal networks? How do they get their hands on this money?
They take advantage of antiquated
It's the politicians.
government systems and processes. They go into programs that they know elected and appointed officials won't touch, and they can steal at scale. And what happened really was during the pandemic, between the PPP loans and the unemployment insurance, they learned a really valuable lesson. Government never runs out of money, and the probability of getting caught is virtually zero.
You're telling me that the electrician who goes to work every day
And the chances of getting caught, virtually zero. So the politicians are robbing the people blind. No risk, no accountability, no justice. That's your system, assholes. Way to go. You're the best. If you're Jerry's kids, what the fuck is wrong with you fucking retards?
Blackmail on, I'd say Trump number one, Fetterman number. If I had to bet, who do they have blackmail on? I'd say Trump number one, Fetterman number two. What in the world is going on with Fetterman? The staff is leaving in an alarming fashion.
Democratic Senator John Fetterman lost his chief of staff Wednesday. The final straw was Fetterman voting against ending Trump's war powers in Iran. This is now his 8th time. She said that there is a reason for Fetterman's overt and increasing support of Israel. One man, David Davi Safir. Safir would often just spend his days sitting inside Fetterman's office, which is already kind of creepy. After conversations between just the two of them, Fetterman would reportedly become noticeably more.
God damn it, that thing just
If I
supposed to. Oh man, that thing.
had to bet, who do they have blackmail on?
Come on.
I'd say Trump number one, Fetterman number two.
Multiple staffers recall hearing about calls between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Fetterman that Safir listened in on.
So there's a lot of unbelievable things in this story. Why is a senator calling the prime minister of a different country? Imagine if
God, it doesn't pause. I'm trying to fucking pause it, and it goes to the next
I had to
goddamn video. This fucking pedophile too. I don't know why it does that. It's supposed to pause it, but I'm trying to pause it to talk, and it goes to the next video every
bet,
fucking retard time. This fucking cocksucker. Fuck.
theory, blackmail. I think that they come in and they tell Fetterman, remember, we still have that tape of you doing whatever the hell you did. So now we want you to go even more country. Imagine if make up a thing, right? Bernie Sanders is constantly calling the prime minister of Azerbaijan. You'd be like, why? So weird, right? I have a theory, blackmail. I think that they come in and they tell Fetterman, remember, we still have that tape of you doing whatever the hell you did.
And then he does whatever Israel wants him to do. He votes against his own constituents and the American people. He violates his oath. He's a traitor to a foreign country, a foreign government that is guilty of genocide, who have arrest warrants for war crimes. They're teaming with the U.S. government is.
So now
This is the kind of scumbag the United States politicians are. Their best friends murder babies. So no matter Republican, Democrat, they're all a bunch of scumbags that their friend murders babies.
now we want you to go even more
Greatest ally who they have no alliance with, like they actually do with other countries.
over the top. Say even something more in favor of Israel, more hateful towards Palestinians. You're to vote for every war we command of you. Every video Fetterman does looks like a hostage video.
Pick our side, pick civilization, pick Israel.
That is insane. If I had to bet, who do they have blackmail on? I'd say Trump number one, Fetterman number two. What in the world is going on with Fetterman? The staff is leaving in an alarming fashion.
Democratic Senator John Fetterman lost his chief of staff Wednesday. The final straw was Fetterman voting against ending Trump's war powers in Iran. This is now his 8th time. She said that they're
God, idea. They're all a bunch of blackmailed, compromised pedophile traders, as you can see. It's not just Trump. It's all of the fucking politicians in the U.S. government that are blackmailed by this pedophile, genocidal state of Israel. The chosen assholes, the chosen pedophiles of the world, who chose to be the chosen pedophiles of the world. Your favorite chosen allies. Yeah. Pathetic, sad world, these fucks.
This is the CJ Berlin Show.
Hello, it's your friend CJ, and in this episode, we examine why the entire world is now laughing at Israel's expense, and why that laughter has deadly consequences for the Zionist occupation. But first, please remember to like and subscribe to our show, and don't forget to turn your notifications on so you never miss a single episode. Now let's get into it. Israel is now perceived more negatively than any other country in the world, with North Korea and Taliban-ruled Afghanistan ranked behind the Zionist state in a distant second and third place, according to a new survey. To put it,
even after all the bullshit propaganda from the CIA about North Korea is so evil, Israel still beats them against all Israel's propaganda and the CIA's and all the traitor to a foreign country intelligence agencies of the U.S.
Bluntly, everyone hates Israel.
All of the intelligence agencies of the U.S. are compromised to Mossad. They're all a bunch of pedophiles, okay?
Because everybody now
in the FBI and CIA, they're all a bunch of compromised pedophiles.
Sees clearly what the Zionist state is all about.
Israel. Nobody believes you. Nobody likes you. No matter how much media covers for you, no matter how much politicians you buy to parrot your talking points, no matter how many fake influencer you hire to whitewash your face, no matter how many fake Indian-based accounts that tweets for you, no matter how many European models you bring in and you pay them so they can dance with the IDF uniform, right? That everybody can see you, everybody can smell your bullshit.
But here's the thing about Israel. It actually loves being hated. It thrives on being hated because it weaponizes your disdain and condemnation of its criminal actions by smearing you an anti-Semite and then shouting, "See, we need a Jewish state to protect European and American Jews from all of this anti-Semitism." This sleight of hand has worked all too well and for far too long. But what Zionists can't live with is the world doubling over in collective laughter at Israel's expense. For the simple reason, comedy is truth cloaked in heavy armor.
I feel like Israel is like a kid who got bullied a lot and then grew up and then became like a bigger bully. And everybody's like, why is he doing that? And they're just like, he had a tough childhood. And then they're like, can we stop him? And they're like, nah, his parents donate a lot to the school. So we just got to ride this out.
Israel has a right to exist in the War Crimes Hall of Fame. Don't worry, they're there with the United States also.
Israel is so uncomfortable when a comedian steps up to a microphone and says what every human rights lawyer, every UN rapporteur, and every Amnesty International report has been screaming for decades, but says it in a way that makes you laugh.
If Israel has a right to exist, they're the only country that has that. Honest question, does Greenland have a right to exist? I feel like if they did, they would have brought it up by now. No country has a right to exist. That's why we have armies. When people ask if Israel has a right to exist, what they're actually asking is it right that Israel exists? Which is a more complicated question. You got to think about, okay, how would the last 80 years have played out if it wasn't for this one country? And it's like, yes, we would have avoided 3,000-4,000 wars.
Yeah.
When a comedian points out that you're
we would have avoided thousands of wars and trillions of dollars should have gone to the American people if it weren't for this pedophile cancerous infestation in the U.S. government.
calling a bombing campaign mowing the lawn, that's not anti-Semitism. That's someone refusing to let you hide a massacre behind landscaping metaphors. And when a cartoonist draws the uncomfortable truth that a child in Gaza and a child in Tel Aviv don't hold the same value in the
Don't shoot the poor innocent child. Are you anti-Semitic?
eyes of the Western media, that's not hate speech, that's a mirror.
Oui, eh bien, moi je m'appelle. Oui, je m'appelle Blanche.
Bonsoir, Blanche.
Merci. Donc oui, je m'appelle Blanche et puis depuis le 7 octobre, je suis antisémite.
On applaudit. On applaudit, bravo. Bravo, Blanche, bravo.
Ça m'a
Oui.
Ça m'a rendu vachement triste
Oui,
d'apprendre que parce que moi je viens d'une famille de
I don't want to.
Every colonial project
I don't want to force you to have to fucking read a bunch of bullshit. Let's watch this shit.
that came before it runs entirely on mythology. It runs on the mythology of being the only democracy in the Middle East, on the mythology of making the desert bloom, on the mythology of people without a land for a land without a people. These myths are not accidental. They are load-bearing walls, and satire is a devastating wrecking ball.
Countries, Australia and Israel, were formed off the back of some pretty genocidal mantras. You know, Australia started off the back of terra nullius, which means nobody's land. Israel, a land without a people, for a people without a land. So both countries, colonizers just rocked up like, oh, there's nobody here. There's absolutely nobody here. And then they proceeded to kill absolutely nobody and steal their land and start their countries. That's another similarity. And also both countries, Australia, Israel, wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the British. I mean, I don't know where we'd be, but that's a separate show, you know? But if it wasn't for the British, Israel wouldn't exist. Before the British came to Palestine in 1917, who was there? Just Palestinians, Muslims, Christians, Jews, just all hanging out, eating hummus and couscous or whatever. And then the British rocked up, the original Barmy Army, and they just took over the place and they renamed it British Mandate Palestine, which sounds like something Elon Musk would name his kid. And the locals were furious. They were like, hey, Britain, you can't just keep taking over countries, all right? This is 1917. You could get cancelled. And the British were like, don't worry about it. We've got a plan. And they're like, what's your plan? They put out a letter. Like it was a letter called the Balfour Declaration, which the British government sent to an investment banker named Lord Rothschild. And they said, in this letter, we commit to creating a homeland for the Jewish people. The Palestinians are like, oh, sick. Where are you going to do that? And they're like, here, actually. Palestinians like, well, we're already here. And the British are like, yes, well, we have dibsed it now. Dibs, like the first day of school when you run in and you throw your bag on a seat and you're like, that's my desk now. And the Palestinians like, you can't just give away something that you just stole. That's like giving away a car that you just stole, Britain. And the British were like, interesting analogy. But no, we are not giving away the whole car. We're not doing Australia again. We are merely going to give away most of your car. But you will still have your wheel, but it'll be around your neck. And over time, it'll get tighter and tighter, suffocating and killing most of you. But don't worry about that minor detail. It's a minor detail. Trust me, we're the British, baby. This is what we do.
Think about what satire has done historically. Think about what it did to apartheid South Africa. Think about what it did to fascism in Europe when Charlie Chaplin took a sledgehammer to Adolf Hitler's ego in The Great Dictator, in which he mocked Hitler's mannerisms and macho delusions, therefore stripping him of his aura of invincibility before turning him into a punchline. Hitler, Trump, Netanyahu, and all other authoritarians hate being laughed at because it's impossible to counter a joke that lands. And you see, Israel can absorb your outrage. It has PR firms for your outrage. It has talking points for your anger, but it has no defense.
Israel to pour $750 million in the propaganda arm amid reputational crisis. How about you just don't murder and genocide innocent people and colonize them and take over their land? How about you just don't take over somebody's land and murder them? That's all you had to do, is not murder people. And they'll love you. They'll love you for not murdering people and taking their land and stealing. They'll love you for not stealing what's not theirs.
Against a joke that lands, because a joke that lands means the audience already knows the truth that sits beneath it. And it's especially devastating for Zionists when the truth is delivered by someone who's Jewish.
I'm Jewish. Don't put me in the same category as those other, there's 3 levels to Jewish, okay? There's Jewish. That's where I am. I don't know where you are. Are you Jewish? You're Jewish. Okay. There's Orthodox Jews, and then there's we knew about 9/11, right? There's 3 different levels. Jews.
I think it is a tough time to be Jewish right now. Because you see all these signs that say free, but then it's just free Palestine. You go, free? What's free? Oh, Palestine. Oh, I have that already.
When a comedian points to a Western government writing a blank check to the Israeli military, which has killed more than 100,000 civilians, and the audience laughs, that laughter is recognition. That laugh is the sound of people saying, yes, we see it too. We've seen it the whole time. That's the power that Israel is afraid of. Because you can dismiss a protest, you can kettle it, you can ignore it, you can let the news cycle bury it in 48 hours, but you cannot unhear a joke. You cannot unfeel that moment of recognition when the absurdity is laid before you.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to do that, but it's still socially acceptable to shoot a missile in the general direction of somebody you're upset with. You're like, dude, they were
murdering 170 baby girls of Iran, and you don't have an arrest warrant out for your name for a war crime, for terrorism? Isn't that terrorism what the terrorist Trump regime did by murdering innocent civilians in a school, by triple tapping it intentionally? Isn't that terrorism? Unprovoked murder is terrorism, to make a political point, which is what Trump wanted to do.
was like kids over there. This is my favorite response. Well, they're using kids as human shields. It's like, well, you got to work around that. Jesus Christ, if I'm mad at my neighbor and I want to beat the shit out of him, but he's holding a baby, right? I wouldn't come in and try to punch him through the baby.
I mean, you got to work around that. It just shows you how insane a simple comedic analogy can just show you how ridiculous these terrorist pedophile Trump regime is.
Yeah, you go in, you throw a hook, you sweep the legs. You do it on the lawn so the baby bounces off the grass, all right? There's fucking rules to this shit.
When the history books are written, and they will be written, the question won't be whether people knew about Israel's genocidal operations in Gaza, because the documents exist, the satellite images exist, the testimonies exist. The question will be, why did so many people look away? And comedy, sharp, fearless, unflinching comedy.
Why did so many people look away? It's called fear. Fear!
Comedy is one of the tools that makes looking away just a little bit harder.
My favorite part of Eurovision was when they were stood there and they were going, we stand with the plight of the Ukrainian people. We believe in freedom here at Eurovision to express anything, and anyone can express that. And the crowd was like, woo, yeah. And then they were like, up next is Israel. And the Israelis came out and did their song, and they're like, if you bring up our war crimes, we'll bring up the Holocaust. And you're there like, fuck yeah, they can drop beats and Palestinian hospitals. These guys are sick.
Think about this for a second. You have a nuclear-armed state, the fourth most powerful military on the planet, a country that receives over $4 billion per year from the most powerful nation in human history. a country that has vetoed accountability in the UN Security Council more times than I have fingers and toes. And yet, a cartoon, a tweet, a stand-up bit from a comedian in Manchester or Melbourne or Minneapolis, and suddenly the entire Israeli diplomatic apparatus kicks into overdrive. Why? Why does a meme warrant a press release from the Israeli embassy? Why does a Saturday Night Live sketch trigger a formal complaint? And why does a Palestinian comedian doing 10 minutes at an open mic become a national security concern?
I posted a joke about Israel because it was funny. And I got trolled on by this account whose profile picture was a Pokemon. So you know he's legit. And Pikachu said, criticizing Israel is anti-Semitic. And I said, why? He said, because it's a Jewish state. Well, Israel is 20% Arab. So can I 20% criticize Israel? As humans, I think we should be able to criticize any country that we disagree with their government's actions. For instance, you guys remember what happened in 2022 in Iran? Horrible instance with the woman and the hijab and the government cracked down on the people. Can we all agree that was horrible? Can we all agree that? Can we all agree that? Okay, see, that's Islamophobic, okay? Because Iran is a Muslim state. Yeah, do you see how that's silly? If we can criticize Iran freely, we can criticize Israel freely, okay? They're both in the Middle East. They both start with an I. Sure, one's known for carpets, one's known for carpet bombing. I'm just saying I can make that joke because it's only 20% of my set.
And in the eyes of the world, Israel has become the joke, a sick joke, an easy punchline that comedians can now easily serve up to their Zionist hecklers.
Yeah, they're going to kill this guy.
You identify as Italian, as Israeli. Really tough now. Half and half.
My brother's side is completely Italian. Immigration from mother's side.
So from your father's side, you're Italian? For how many generations?
I don't know.
Just hundreds of years? Hundreds of years. And as Israeli, you're Israeli for how many generations?
I would say that 3 generations ago it was money fire.
3 generations ago, it was called Palestine. But,
You know, Israel didn't exist until it murdered Palestinians and invaded in 1948 with the Belfort thing. We just explained.
You know, many countries have been part of the Ottoman Empire, but Albania has been Albania. You know, Palestine has been Palestine, and Egypt has been Egypt. Have you ever visited Israel?
Yeah.
You know who can't? Millions of Palestinians, right? Unless they have a work permit and they just can come in, clean the asses of the Israelis and then go back home to their open air prison.
Comedy is at its most effective when it's punching up against existing power structures, be it racial, political, economic, or cultural, which is why comedians who punch down on already marginalized or oppressed communities rarely raise a laugh. There's just nothing funny about fascism, Nazism, or Zionism. There's only cruelty, as illustrated in the way Israeli comedians mock starving Palestinian refugees and detainees who were raped by IDF soldiers.
יש לי רק שאלה אחת, תעזרו לי, אני מתחנן אליכם, תסבירו לי, כמה מטומטמים צריכים להיות אנשים בשביל לראות מצנח עם ארגז יורד מהשמיים ולהגיד, זוזו, 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 אני לבוא, זוז, תן לי, יתגדל ויתקדש.
Zionists making jokes about raping Palestinians in Israel, the rape capital of the Middle East, is peak Zionism. It's only down and out from here. This is why Israel's downfall is hilariously funny, and this is why Israel's days are numbered. Our mission and your mission is to help reduce that number by fully supporting the BDS initiative, which aims to starve the Zionist occupation economically, politically, and culturally. But we also need your help. Remembering that the Israeli lobby successfully pressured YouTube into demonetizing our channel 6 months ago. Therefore, we kindly ask that you please support our effort to expose and confront.
Hey, buddy, I know what it's like. I got demonetized in 2016, dude. So, yeah. Imagine the millions of dollars that I should have been paid by YouTube. Imagine in a normal world that's not absolutely inverted, upside down, opposite world, batshit crazy. Shout out to Dana. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's been really crazy, man. The governments of the world are fucking just batshit crazy. And the people are even dumber because it's like they just don't understand freedom. It's just bizarre. Some people are waking up. Let me find some of those videos, but there are some people can't help but wake some people up when they see such criminality, overt criminality by the governments. Maybe now, let me just say, a lot of people, it seems to me, are more receptive to the idea of a corrupt government, the 1% stealing from the middle class. A lot of people have actually seen it. It's not a theory, because the entire United States of America actually saw it and experienced it, like me. Those that paid attention, believe me, a lot of people, most didn't pay attention, but not all. People like us in the chat, we paid attention. What do we got here? Thomas, what's up? Dana, Thomas. So blessed to have you two in the chat. I appreciate you. This is 6 days ago, though.
I live on a farm here in West Kentucky, and we've got some cats that live outside, and they're family pets. We take good care of them, but they mainly take care of the rodents and things that get into the outbuildings. And we noticed the other day that one of these cats came up real sick, and he was just sitting and staring at the wall like he didn't know he was in this world. He couldn't hardly stand up. He was in bad shape. And within 48 hours, this cat was dead. Oh. And no less than 24 hours after this cat was gone, we started noticing all of these reports flooding social media about this tick-borne illness that's killing cats all across Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then within 24 hours of that, we saw where the CDC was sounding the alarm because of the rapid increase in emergency room visits from people who had been bitten by ticks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Now, I know there's a lot of people talking about how this is Bob.
You literally have the government going around putting out boxes of ticks all over the U.S., an agenda, admitting it, and then they wonder why everybody's getting infested with ticks. It's insane.
Cat fever and all of this, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Lord's blessed me with 41 years on this earth.
Uh-oh.
And I've never seen anything
Like it's been too long. I'm kidding.
quite like this. The suffering that this little cat went through.
Yeesh.
And in 48 hours, he went from being perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Scat, are you listening to this? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. Your cats are now a target by these fucking pedos.
To dead.
By the pedophiles that should not be.
Just like that.
Now, when you look at what's happening with these tick-borne illnesses, we've already seen where Pfizer is now working on a Lyme disease vaccine, and that came out right before all of this tick stuff started happening.
Which, by the way, that's how you got Lyme disease. By the way, the government created Lyme disease for you, in case you didn't know. Look it up. Don't believe me. You would be a fool to believe anybody without verifying, without,
And then I started seeing more posts about how Ohio's being invaded with ticks. And I've seen all of these strange reports talking about how farmers are finding these boxes of ticks that have been dropped on their farms. Yeah. But I want you to think about this alpha gal.
We have video of government in helicopters dropping these boxes I showed you one of my live streams.
Syndrome that everybody's all of a sudden getting. It's where a tick bites you, and then all of a sudden you're allergic to red meat. And I mean allergic. If you eat it, your throat will swell up and you'll die if you don't get to the emergency room. When in your life have you ever heard of anything like this happening to an animal from a tick bite?
Yeah.
Or to people
Crazy.
from a tick bite? We know that we've got politicians and Bill Gates saying that people need to stop the consumption of red meat because the cows are causing global warming and all of this nonsense. And we see where the Gates Foundation.
Meanwhile, they're dropping a bomb every other second in a war. You idiots. Where are all these complainers now? It's nonsense!
Just gave $7.6 million to this company to research and genetically modify ticks. Now, I know
they're doing all this. They have the ability to do this mentally ill shit because they have the ability to tax you and steal your money. And now they use it to kill you with ticks.
Google will tell you it wasn't for these kind of ticks, it was for that kind of ticks. But I'm telling you that the United States of America needs to be talking about this.
Folks, the rich are not your friends. They're constantly living in fear and threatened, and all they care about and are focused on is keeping down the public so that they will always be ahead.
Because while these people are telling you that you need to stop eating red meat and they need to do something about these cows, all of a sudden we're having ticks bite people and it's giving people a meat allergy. And now we're seeing these cats that are dying from these tick bites. What's next? You know, the Bible tells me something real interesting when Jesus was talking about the times of the end.
All right, you get the idea. Yeah, they are so mentally ill here.
Star Wars. Ever seen Star Wars? That's what's gonna happen, bro. Darth Vader's gonna get took down. But the government should never be hosting sporting events because there's more room for corruption, and we already have a corrupted government.
What did he say?
That's my thoughts on it, is that the government is supposed to protect us, not entertain us.
Yeah, not everyone is thrilled about Donald Jeffrey Trump's UFC Freedom 250 fight on the White House lawn, and it turns out the most prominent calls are coming from inside the House.
But what I think personally is that our government is desecrating its role in society by entertaining sports.
MMA fighters Bryce Mitchell and Sean Strickland struck back at the Trump administration, and they are going mega viral for it.
Or, you know, when Trump goes and bombs the fuck out of Iran that no Americans agree with, they cost Americans $5,000 to $15,000 to go fight.
$5,000 to $15,000. He just said that when it's costing billions a day. I don't know where he gets $15,000 from, but surely he means billion.
Israel's war. I want to apologize. Sorry, I've been a critic of that. You know, my allegiance was apparently in the wrong place.
You see, this all started blowing up when two-time UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland revealed that he was banned from being on the card at the White House fight over comments he made about Trump, Epstein, and Israel. We'll get into those, but it's still a little too early in the video for that. So then you had another prominent fighter, Bryce Mitchell, being asked about Strickland's ban, and he absolutely went to town on the Trump administration, Trump himself, Bibi Netanyahu, and the Israeli government.
Come on, man. We ought to be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, That's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize.
And I can't wait to show you all of his comments because I was not expecting a takedown this poignant with everything from Roman philosophy to Star Wars references from a guy who's probably been hit in the face harder than Trump's economy hit Americans' wallets.
And his chin served on a platter for that right hand right there.
He's a hell of a fighter. So smash those like and subscribe buttons like they're Logan Paul's jaw to become a really American resistor. And before we get into Trump's technical knockout here, a couple of things to keep in mind. The UFC and WWE's parent company, TKO, claims it is paying for this whole event and no taxpayer money will be used, which, like, great if true, but
that's just not true.
It's a little suspicious that Donald Trump himself reportedly bought between $15,000 and $50,000 worth of TKO stock just back on March 25th. But I'm sure that just like him publicly pumping other stocks he invested in, him saying this was purely coincidence.
I don't know that in Paris, France, the Eiffel Tower, 1889 it was built, was supposed to be taken down immediately after the World's Fair. And then they said, we sort of like it.
Why? Why would you say, yeah, let's just do it for the fair. These people are so mentally ill. The old world created that. Probably thousands of years ago.
Leave it up a little bit longer. And then they said, let's leave it up longer and longer and longer. Well, they never took it down. And, we're building something in front of the White House that's quite attractive to a lot of people. It's going to have the big UFC fight on June 14th. And I'm looking at it and maybe.
His concern is his own vanity, not serving the American people. Notice that you'll never, ever see Trump focused on the American people. Notice you'll never hear a word that comes out of his mouth that, besides a lie, that is focused on the American people. It's all about his vanity, a ballroom, a statue, or some mentally ill pedophile shit because he's a child rapist and a murderer.
We will never, ever take it down.
And true pea-brain patriots may see nothing wrong with that, but surely those proud defenders of freedom of speech would have a problem with a two-time UFC champ getting banned for expressing that right. Right?
We took the freedom of speech away.
Well, despite having a ticket to the event, Ultimate Fighting Championship middleweight champion.
We took the freedom of speech away because I'm a bully who has no right and authority to tell anybody what to do, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Speech away.
Well, despite having a ticket to the event, Ultimate Fighting Championship middleweight champion Sean Strickland was banned from the fight on the White House lawn because of past comments he's made about President Donald Trump and his relationship with both Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the late trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
So already, by the way, a long time ago, we've been living in a social credit system. I mean, I remember, we've been living in a social credit system for a long time, folks. A long time. And that's not freedom.
Among those being
control.
Quote, UFC at the White House with Benjamin Netanyahu in the audience, straight Israeli slop. To be fair, they did ban me, but when you make fun of the leaders of America, they tend to be a little bit petty. By leaders, I mean Israel. And in another comment, Strickland said he was banned, quote, because I said Trump is owned by Netanyahu. That's not public opinion, it's fact. I made fun of Israel and Jeffrey Epstein. Strickland elaborated. The fighter previously said he had no interest mingling with other attendees. And then he says, quote, just to go hang out with the effing Epstein list? I'm good, dog. I'm good. So today you had Bryce Mitchell being asked about that, and here's how he responded.
Did you see that Sean Strickland got banned from the White House for talking about Israel?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, freedom of speech is what really makes this country great. And when you can't criticize a foreign nation, come on, man. We ought to be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, that's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize. So something's going to change because evil empires don't last forever. There's always a rebellion. You ever seen Star Wars? That's what's going to happen, bro. Darth Vader's going to get took down.
Absolutely incredible work, especially considering that
That's incredible. That's incredible. All bad empires get taken down. Look at Star Wars. That's what he said. No, you see what happened in Star Wars? That's what's going to happen. I love that because that's what needs to happen. We need people like him and me and Strickland.
Donald Trump quite literally posted a picture of himself as a Sith Lord. But
look how mentally ill Trump is. This guy is a megalomaniac, egotistical imbecile. Like, his focus is not serving the American people. Look at this moron. His focus is nonstop aggrandizing his ego. Again, he literally shits his pants all day, every day, and this is how he sees himself.
You also got to love the...
Got to be the most contradictory, delusional, demented person of all time to see himself so differently from how everyone else sees him is absolutely a mental illness.
Voltaire and Cicero level philosophizing coming from this guy. I mean, who can't get behind what he says next?
What are your thoughts on the UFC White House just in general? Like, do you obviously you said that you didn't really want to be on the card anymore, but it's such a spectacle, right?
I don't remember ever saying that.
Okay.
I do want to be on the card.
You do want to be on the card.
I do. And this is what I got to say. First off, I ain't jealous of any of those fighters. I'm so happy for those fighters. I don't think you could have got a better main event. I'm happy for every single last fighter on that card. If they need me to fill in, if I'm healthy, hey, I'll do it. For the UFC, I think it's great. It's beyond great. It's literally the perfect scenario. But as far as I'm an economics major. I love studying politics on the political side of things, not the UFC's business. That is, of course, they're going to say yes to it. But what I think personally is that our government is desecrating its role in society by entertaining sports. Our government is to protect and serve the people, and really should be as minimal as possible. And when you're doing all of this stuff, hosting sporting events,
while people are starving, while homelessness is at the most all-time high that it's ever been, while bankruptcies and foreclosures and repossessions, while every measuring bar in the book is breaking all-time highs of economic indicators showing a Great Depression and the opposite of growth. We're seeing businesses go out of business every day, which is the opposite of growth. It's depressing. Every day we see the economy depressing, meaning losing jobs, losing businesses. All the corporations. Look at how many restaurants have gone out of business every day, and it's increasing at an exponential rate. Wait till hyperinflation hits and the prices go up exponentially every day. I remember the cartoon of the 30s of somebody carrying an entire wheelbarrow full of money to go buy just one loaf of bread.
It's really outside of what the goal of the government was intended to be.
Anyway, we got the idea. Let's see. Shit. It's rough, folks. Oh, no shit. Oh, man, they took down that video because it had too much truth in it. Come on, you fucking... shit eater. Let me queue up some links. God, it's taking forever for these goddamn videos to queue up. Come on, man. Here we go. Here we go. Bombshell whistleblower. Four days ago.
Disturbing breaking news story courtesy of a bombshell whistleblower report from a member of Donald Trump's own federal government about how Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency planned to falsely mark 2.7 million living people as dead in order to drive a mass exodus of immigrants out of this country, further exposing the corruption and disingenuous nature of Doge, Elon Musk, and ultimately Donald Trump. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, folks, this report comes courtesy of the Washington Post, so we'll get to that in a second. But for a brief or more concise synopsis, let's first turn to Mediaite. Whistleblower reveals Doge plan to falsely mark millions of people dead to, quote, push immigrants out. And here we have Elon Musk, the mastermind, to whatever extent Elon Musk could ever be described as a mastermind, of Doge.
What the fuck happened to your eye this time? He's always getting beat up by the Illuminati. His higher ups, by the Rothschild Rockefellers.
Particularly for the first 6 months of the Trump administration. Donald Trump's administration planned to mark 2.7 million living people as dead in a push to make, quote, immigrants so miserable that they self-deported, a whistleblower alleges. Former senior Social Security executive Jeremiah Schofield, who worked at the agency for over 20 years, claims in a 49-page whistleblower disclosure to the Senate that the plan was part of Elon Musk's Doge efforts, though it was ultimately not carried out. The effort would have barred people, including some U.S. citizens, from the country's financial system, blocking them from receiving wages and government benefits. Schofield claimed that he, quote, refused to help implement the plan after agency lawyers warned that falsely marking living people as dead could violate federal law. One would think, according to a report from the Washington.
It's called fraud, but, you know, when the government does something wrong, there's no way to punish it. But if you jaywalk, it's got about 1,000 ways to punish you, but no ways to punish the politicians. Time to kill them all.
Washington Post, which reviewed the disclosure and spoke with Schofield. Quote, Schofield said he realized the plan's possible intent to intimidate and worsen the finances of immigrants, as well as its potential unlawfulness after taking a sample of people from the 2.7 million and discovering that they were all alive, the report reads. Quote, some were U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents, teenagers and senior citizens, including one widow who was a legal...
Anyway, what else is new? Everybody knows they're a bunch of fucking pedophile fucking thieves. Hey, what's up, Robin? How you doing? Can't even afford the internet. It's fucking brutal. It's bullshit, ain't it? Total bullshit, ain't it? Golly. Boy, they make it fucked up here.
So how's this going to work if you buy something or you pick something up off the shelf and then you get to the checkout and it's a different price? Help me out here. I don't get it. It seems like a really bad idea, especially when people are trying to budget.
Greg Meyer from the Financial Times just broke a story about 2 new patents that Walmart was just granted. So what do these patents do? They protect technologies that Walmart is building to do algorithmic pricing. They're using your session data, what you buy on walmart.com, what you put in your cart but don't buy, what you hover over and covet but never end up putting in your cart.
Hover over, assuming it's you're covering. That's an assumption that you're hovering it in coveting it because you want it. It's because you put the mouse there, you fucking retards. I mean, but it could also mean that too. But it's too much.
Why are they looking at all this? Because algorithmic pricing helps.
Because they're reptilian alien control freaks. A normal human doesn't want to control humans like this. It's crazy.
Walmart determine how much you are willing to pay for any given item. So these patents suggest to me that Walmart may well be headed towards a future in which they are considering personalized pricing.
They'll be looking forward to a future where nobody goes to Walmart anymore because you don't know what price anything is.
Fuck Walmart, bro.
It's gonna kind of be a problem.
Fuck those pedophiles.
Possibility that they're setting prices.
That's another pedophile CEO that gets millions and doesn't pay the employees enough to the point they have to get subsidies and parasite off the people. It's
you based on how much they think you're willing to pay for any given item.
Really giving Walmart a subsidy, another one. These pedophile motherfuckers, criminal fucks that need to die.
This comes on the heels of an announcement that Walmart is building out the technology to potentially do dynamic pricing in their brick and mortar stores by installing electronic shelf labels. This should all be very concerning for Americans who are already concerned about high costs and high pricing. Walmart is clearly doubling down on new technologies to do pricing.
There's no price tags on anything. Look, seriously, over all the clothes here at Walmart, there's no price tags. What's up with that? I'm talking all of them. Look, all of them. Except I did notice right here, they got these little QR codes right here. So you can scan the QR code and it'll take you, I guess, to the item.
Fucking pedophiles are so obsessed with this digital prison shit. It is so fucking annoying.
But right here, like on these right here, right, there's no...
They might as well be reptilian aliens. They're so obsessed with control.
So everybody will get a different price. You'll scan it. I guess you have to have the Walmart app for this. So you scan it. It gives you the price, your price.
See, in a free world, that's fine. We just won't go to Walmart, but we'll go to the mom and pop instead. Oh, there are none because Walmart lobbied all the pedophile politicians to wipe them out. Oh, fuck!
Price, not the price, but your price. That's messed up.
What do y'all think? Is it kind of weird? All right, look, so we're way over here now. Even right here, look, where are the price stickers at? Look at this, y'all. There's none of them. All right, $150 for 3 bags. That is insane, dude. Anyways, I talked to him.
But he bought it. He bought it anyways. If it was insane to buy 3 bags at $150,
why'd you do it?
Don't buy it. Go somewhere else. We still have somewhere else, I think.
Not many. There's, and they're all
And what they're going to do is they're putting like a digital price tag on top of it. It's going to be all digital, basically. But anyways, y'all have a great day. That's pretty cool how they can do that. Anyways, have a good day.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I will say the 2 ladies we talked.
Pretty cool how they're going to butt and ass rape us and make us slaves. I'm dumber than shit.
Talked to are super cool, y'all.
Retards. God, they're dumb.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
It's going to change.
On now.
Was $12.97, marked down to $5.
On now. Bam.
Flickering. So
suck it.
So this is like a toy. So yeah, some kind of toy or whatever. So you pick it up off.
Well, we just found out the inventory's low. Increase the price on these retards. They'll pay more now.
The shelf because it says $5. Whoa! And by the time you get to the checkout, it's doubled in price. More than doubled in price. And that's if you just picked it off the shelf and ran to the checkout. You didn't even make it.
Motherfucker.
let alone if you had any other shopping to do. Wow.
If there's a barrier to buying something, then I'm not going to buy it. It's just that simple. And I know
Right.
that stores know this. Retailers know this, okay? Walmart, if I don't know how much a piece of clothing is, I'm not going to buy it, okay?
Exactly.
I'm not going to download your app so that you can track me.
That's like going to a garage sale and nothing's priced. So you have to ask what everything is. That's standard for some garage sales. I get that. Yeah, Walmart, you don't get to do that.
And get all of my information just so I can scan and see how much your little t-shirt is, okay? By the way, nothing in your clothing section should be $30. That's insane.
Yeah, that is true.
Remember.
Anyway, I have too many other videos to show. Oh, you're at the library. Bless your heart, Robin. I hope you're okay, my friend. But Robin, do you have a PayPal? A dozen of eggs for $9? That's fucking nuts. And by the way, all the vegetables are not real food. By the way, all the grocery stores I've been to lately, none of the food is real. I mean, it's just not. Like, I literally have to, like, really, like, just eat shit like, you know, wild caught, you know, herring fillets, sardines, oysters. You literally have to just, there's hardly any real food out there left to buy, folks. The bread damn sure ain't real at all. Almost everything they sell in the grocery store today, none of it's real or edible. I mean, according to my standards. I have a PayPal. I'm just kidding. Damn these teeth. I wish these teeth would fall out too. Just fall out. I wish they would just, if you're not white, just fall out. If you're half fucking rotted, just fall out. Mercury poisoned.
So if you need gas, today's a good day to buy some because it's about to go up again. I told y'all about a week, 10 days ago, gas was going to drop and then it's going to shoot right back up. And that's what's happening. Oil's up $6.50 to $7 a barrel today. Iran ceased all negotiations with the United States while Donald Trump is telling us they're begging for a deal.
So Trump wants war to keep, he wants the strait closed. He pretends he wants it open. He wants gas prices high. He wants to punish all of the American people.
They're telling us we're not, and we're not talking to you anymore at all. And they're firing ballistic missiles at us and at U.S. bases and at Kuwait and Qatar. And they're firing on ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, no, by the way, they came out today and said they're going to go ahead and take steps to close the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Feel like they're not begging for a deal. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's not a thing.
They didn't need a deal, you dumb shit stain. Everything was wide open. Everything was just fine until Trump attacked, a terrorist attack, and murdered 170 children in a school by triple tapping them with the best technology they've ever had. There's no mistakes in that.
So, you know, if you want to take advantage of the 20 cent or so drop in gas prices over the last week, you might want to go get it today.
20 cents.
Thanks.
This is the same dude who told us Trump would bring gas prices down to $1.50. Now they're literally hoarding gasoline because his policies made everything worse. I mean, like, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Guys, if you haven't already, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hype up the video. Let's get into it.
Okay, so can we stop doing this, people? For those of you who somebody says, like, gas is $5 a gallon, this is ridiculous. And then the response is, well, it was higher under Biden. Shut the fuck up. I don't care whether that's true or not true. High gas prices are high gas prices. I don't give a fuck who's in the White House. I'm pissed.
Nobody gives a fuck about the politics because the politics clearly doesn't give a fuck about us.
If I'm paying a fortune to put gas in the car, I need to get around because my state refuses to have any kind of public transportation that makes it easy to go from point A to point B. I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. I don't want to pay high gas prices. I was pissed then. I'm pissed now. Stop trying to play the blame game of, no, Biden this, Biden that. Fucking shut the fuck up. I don't want to pay high gas prices. There's no reason for this.
And this is what happens when you tune out politics completely. You miss that one party crashed the economy with tariffs while the other one tried to cap price gouging.
Again, this guy's a total government fucking bootlicking retard. It's unfortunate.
I know I'm probably gonna lose followers. That's okay. You can.
Politics, he's just like a little child. He's just hadn't been around. He's still in the basement stages of his parents as far as awareness is concerned.
Either support my decision or you don't. It's completely up to you. But I've been a Trump supporter for a very long time. The gas prices, almost $5 a gallon for unleaded. My brother-in-law just posted a video. I just seen it this morning. He might have posted it yesterday. I don't know. Him and his wife, they went out to Dairy Queen, got 2 ice creams and a basket of fries, and it was $35. All right, I'm tired of it. So from now on, I'm not voting for anybody. I'm not voting for anybody. You can either support that decision or you don't. I don't care. I'm not voting no more because it don't matter who's in office.
It will never matter who's in office. Again, I was at his stage decades ago. This is where I was at decades ago. It's about fucking time you joined us.
It does not matter who is up there in the office. They do not care about us. So that's my decision.
Do not vote and demoralize yourself and blacken your karma. Do not contaminate your karmic path because of a pedophile.
You can either support it or you don't. I don't care. We're all grown folks. We'll not be voting anymore. Fed up with it. I say we just hit the 2 candidates who wants to run, put them in a boxing ring, and let them box it out. No more voting. You want to be a president? Get in the boxing ring and fight it out. And that's
the best boxers will rule over everybody when there should be no ruler. See, people keep wanting to vote for a ruler. I don't need a ruler. I want to be free. You don't got the right to tell me what to do. I should be telling you fucking goddamn pedophiles what to do. And that means, and I would be telling you to die.
That's how we'll take care of it. But I'm no longer voting. I'm done with that. We tried that.
We tried that.
Fail.
So they voted for
voting is a fail. Shut up, you pedophile government bootlicking fag, Paul. Paul the bootlicking dick sucker that loves government. I hate these people. God, but I had to show that dude who's just done with government. A lot of people are done with government, folks. And, they should have been a long time ago. It's like these people are retards. It takes them forever. Well, that's nice that you can come here and get help, Robin. How cool is that? See, I told you, we family. Dana, take care of you. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm doing well, Murphlaw. Buddy's doing fine, man. He's the best dog I ever had, man. Such a cool dog. Such a fucking cool dog. Buddy, come here. Buddy, what you doing? You come here, buddy. What's my baby doing? What's my baby doing? That's the baby boy. Good boy. Good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's He's such a good dog. Hey, buddy. Watch, he's just gonna lay right down at my feet. This dog, these blue heelers, I've never seen such loyalty like this. It's insane. This dog, the loyalty of this dog is insane. But he's doing great. How's the weather? Chemtrails, shitty. It was supposed to rain many times, and it didn't rain because of the chemtrails. And rain's cool with me because shit, that's just less. I have to water the fucking tomatoes, lettuce, and onion. Lettuce, tomato, and onion. My lettuce, tomato, onion garden, which is all I was able to do this year because I don't have any money for soil, really good soil to grow or anything of that nature. Or time. Oh, thank you, Dana. Bless you. Oh, thank you so much, Dana. Bless you. I could not be more grateful. Holy shit. That was a fantastic donation. Appreciate the $150. I can't thank you enough. Mwah. Love you. Thank you. What was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. Who cares, right? I'm just kidding. Who cares? Let's think here. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Let me show this one, too. Hold on. Let me show this one, too. Folks, that politicians are so oblivious to the pain and suffering of the American people.
Just ready to give up, guys. I don't know what to do.
I didn't get the job.
Check my email, and guess what? I got another rejection letter from a job.
Well, I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago, and they denied my application.
I've been laid off. I don't have a fucking job. I'm unemployed. I have no income. Oh, I'm so fucked.
So a lot of Americans are saying the same thing right now. They can't find a job. Not just teenagers, not just people with no experience, but it's people with degrees, work history, good resumes, and bills that are still showing up every month like everything's normal.
A pilot got on here and said, hey, it's hard for me to find a job. A pilot.
Today I asked ChatGPT how many jobs it thinks I need to apply to get a offer. It said 120.
When the job market got this bad, because what do you mean? I've applied to over 1,000 jobs and have yet to hear back from any of them.
Okay, retail, okay? The highest she can pay me is $12.58. That's a combo from McDonald's.
I got a job offer, 20 hours a week, $16 an hour. 5 months after I started that job, the entire company shut down.
I interviewed with this place once, twice, 3 times. I show up to the last interview. Nobody shows up.
Oh, folks, let's not forget the horrifying prospect of, even if they do end up getting jobs with most all of these companies and even big corporations, they're going out of business. They can't survive in a world where nobody has money to buy things from them. Even the biggest corporations like Walmart are closing stores. That's right. Even the corporations that have a monopoly on everything, they're closing things down. They're recessing, depressing, receding, not growing. More and more Walmarts are going to be shut down because they won't have the people with money to buy things. Even Walmart. you won't be able to get a job at because they're going to go out of business. Everyone's going out of business until they fix the money, which is going to hyperinflate. And it reminds me, I'll say it again, of the newspaper comic of the 1930s. If you go back and look at the newspaper, you'll see a comic of a guy with a wheelbarrow full of money going to buy a loaf of bread. It takes a wheelbarrow full of money just to buy one loaf of bread because of the hyperinflation. Yes, and depression and recession receding. More and more businesses are going out of business. Even if you got a job at them, they're going to go out of business. Sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I'm not the one that did it to you. The pedophiles did it. The billionaires, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all the politicians, Trump, they did this to you.
I was ghosted.
You want to do a phone interview? I said, yeah, let's do it. They said 2:15 work. I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. Let's do it. That's awesome. 2:14 rolls around. They filled the position.
I live in America, but I can't get a job in a native English speaking country because that's the only language I was raised speaking.
Why nobody told me that it is way harder to find a job after you get a degree than before you got the degree? Because I'm online about to apply to be a police officer for no good reason.
Oh,
My family really needs your help.
Oh, that is the wrong team. That is the team you're on the wrong side of history. Biatch, do not join the cops. They call it cops. They call them cops because they copped out. They sold out their souls against humanity.
We need to buy groceries and bills are stacking up past due, and I don't have the money to pay for those things right now because I don't have a job.
Just letting you know, if you can't find a job, who cares? Because 80% of other people in this economy cannot find a job either. So you're not alone.
The frustrating part is how many people are applying everywhere and still not hearing anything back. They're sending out resumes, filling out applications, changing their cover letters, reaching out to their recruiters. And after all that, a lot of them are still getting nothing. No call, no email, not even a rejection half the time.
So I wanted to come on here and talk about something that is really starting to annoy me. So I applied for a job at TJ Maxx a few weeks ago and they denied my application. They couldn't.
It wasn't the tattoos at all. It has nothing to do with that, clearly.
Couldn't even call me. They just sent me some automated email. So I went in today and I was like, so what was the reason I didn't
look like you have a mental obsession with tattoos, some type of problem?
Get hired?
I'm kidding. And piercing. I'm kidding.
Hired. And
weird expressing.
And she was like, oh, like you just like don't have enough experience. There was candidates that had like more experience than you. And, you know, I asked her if it was about my tattoos, obviously, because I know a lot of places don't like tattoos. She said that wasn't the reason. I don't feel like that's true, but whatever. I'll leave it at that.
So, you guys know I've been diagnosed with a brain tumor and it shrank a little bit. I had an MRI and had some blood work and x-rays and stuff like that done. The blood work came back really bad. My white blood cells are really high. Have an infection, scarring, and shrinkage of tissue in my left lung. I have psoriasis of the liver now, and they told me to quit drinking and quit taking Tylenol, and I don't drink.
Problem is people don't understand that everything in the grocery store is not real food. They don't get it. There is no such thing as real food anymore. They don't breed animals. They don't grow it. They have factories and laboratories, and they create your food in a vault with chemicals now. That's your fucking food. Created in a vault with chemicals. Yeah. And then what are the results? People don't understand it's not real food. What are the results when people don't understand it's not real food? Bam! Boom! Right there. There you go. This poor guy, victim, tricked, fooled into killing himself because he doesn't understand the food is not real food. It's poison.
I don't take any Tylenol, and I can't catch a break. Been trying to find remote work. Can't find anything.
When it comes to poisonous food, less is more, because more and more and more will kill you. The less you can eat of this poisonous slop, the less likely you are of ending up poisoned and dead like this poor man.
You guys are the only ones that have helped me. TikTok demonetized me, and I haven't been able to find anything to make any kind of income. And now I'm getting sicker and just ready to give up, guys. I don't know what to do.
I'm 52 years old. I don't have a job.
I got denied a job at Walmart. I have a 4-year degree, and I got denied a job at Walmart. I went to school for 4 years, took on all that debt, just for corporate America to tell me you can't even get a cashier job.
I've applied to over 150 jobs, and I'm done. I just don't know what to do now. So
I just got denied a job from Burger King. I wish I was joking. Like, I literally have my master's degree, and I just got denied a job flipping burgers.
I cannot find no fucking job. I can't. I'm applying to every fucking place. Every place in my town. Every place in the town 30 minutes away from where I fucking live. An hour. I can't find anything. Nobody wants to hire me. Nobody wants to do anything. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I could get to a point where I don't know.
Who cares? As long as the CEOs get millions of dollars. Who cares as long as the politicians get government money? Who cares as long as the billionaires get to steal all of our money? Who cares about us? Who cares about us?
What to do anymore? Because everything's going to shit.
Update on the job front. So just this morning while I was on my live, I got 2 different rejections. I just don't know what to do anymore. Two different ones just while I was on live.
How long is this going to take?
I'm a recent Yale graduate, big time GPA. I've applied to like 500 jobs. Who has a job right now? I literally can't find one. You're telling me that as a Yale grad with a great GPA, great student with an econ major, can only find a job as.
By the way, speaking of great GPA, I had a 3.4, which is almost all A's and B's. 3.5 is all A's and B's. I had a 3.4. 4 years. 4 years exactly, I did it.
As a bagger at my local grocery store, that's crazy.
Quite a few times.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably. Over the.
I don't know about you guys, but it's almost impossible to find a job. I've been looking for a job since I quit my job, like probably almost a year ago. Yeah, it's so hard to find a job.
Poor guy, he's in such a great mood for how miserable life is. It's amazing. It's commendable.
Oh, fuck.
And that's when it starts getting scary. Looking for a job is just not stressful anymore. For some people, it's starting to feel hopeless. Rent is still due.
Man, it has been feeling hopeless for a lot of people, man.
Groceries are still expensive. Car payments don't care if nobody responded to your application.
True.
So when somebody has been applying for months and still can't get hired, that pressure builds fast.
The way these people move the goalposts is ridiculous. Did you know that you can get denied a job if your credit is not up to par?
Yeah.
I just left a meeting.
I knew that decades ago. I was fucking shocked to I remember like late 90s then, like 96, 97. I graduated college in 95. And I initially was trying to get a bunch of other jobs, but I eventually just opened up my own car dealership and did that instead.
Where they explained this to us. So not only as a black person,
Because even though I had a degree, if your credit wasn't perfect, I still couldn't get good jobs. And it was like, it was a negative. It was crazy. It was already a negative in 1995. I kid you not. I kid you not. Like right now, these people can't get a job at Walmart, Burger King, because it's a negative to the corporate world. I don't know why, but it is for the most part. Yes. Anyway.
personally, you get judged by your skin. You get judged by just about everything. But if your credit is not right, you can be denied a job.
Applying for jobs sucks so much. I remember a while back, I actually had a minor mental breakdown after getting rejected from yet another job. The job was an analyst position with the National Council for Mental Wellbeing. So ironically, they didn't care about mine. I remember opening my email, seeing
But they didn't care about
the rejection being yet another job. The job was an analyst position with the National Council for Mental Wellbeing. So ironically, they didn't care about mine. I remember opening my email, seeing the rejection letter and being like, oh, well, that joke just wrote itself.
So little jobs out there right now. And a lot of those jobs that are being posted, they already know who they're going to hire, or they have a short list that they're going to hire and based off their network. I see it all the time as working in the industry. It's like I have some roles coming down the pipeline, and it's like my leaders, my hiring managers are like, I have 3 people in mind for this role already. And it's like we haven't even posted the thing yet. And so, it's tough out there right now.
So the moral of the story is have some sort of in, but who is the right person to go for the in then?
Directly the hiring manager. If you can get to the hiring manager or have someone within the hiring manager's network that they trust.
Guys, I think I'm going crazy. I've never been unemployed for this long since I was fucking 14 years old. I'm 20 years old and I haven't had a job for 2.5 months, and I'm freaking out. And to top it all off and make things so much better, I'm in my hometown right now because I'm waiting to get a job so I can move. And this has been the most stressful, but supposed to. If you don't have a job and you're living at home and I have a pool and I can just do whatever, shouldn't I be fucking relaxed?
Okay, so story time about how just this morning I got let go from my job with absolutely
No, because it's hard to be relaxed when you're 20 and you want to get your own house and you know you're never going to be able to because of the system is rigged, even though everybody else generations before could do it with a dishwasher job. It's crazy. A dishwasher job. Literally, I remember in the summertime for a summer job, I got to work when I was 14 at Keys Pancake House, washing dishes and even making syrup and stuff like that using this automated machine dishwasher that I used to use. 14, making minimum wage. And it was an insane amount of money. Had a lot of buying power, even, compared to now. It's still hell growing up. It's still hell, this whole inflation shit. But, yeah. And it was just for the summer.
absolutely no warning. 54 years old, no warning, single and completely responsible for just me, myself, and I. And this is what happened.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm losing my fucking mind. I can't find a job.
I just got denied from my 390th entry-level job. And you won't believe where this one was fucking at. Home.
Denied by 390 entry-level positions. Holy shit. That's devastating mentally. Do you understand? That's demoralizing.
Depot.
Hey, it's not your fault. Hey, shh. It's not your fault. It's not you.
Nobody wants to hire me. Did exactly what they said. Went to school all my life, volunteered, even participated in church. Yes, got qualified. But when you show up at the interviews, nobody wants to hire me.
Either deny me in an appropriate amount of time or ghost me completely. What is up with these companies that are emailing me 6 months after I applied to the job being like, we're sorry to inform you, I don't even remember who you are. Do you know how many jobs I've applied to? I forgot about you the second I hit submit.
Right.
Another day, another rejection.
Listen to me very carefully. I forgot about you the minute I hit submit until you call back and actually give me an interview. Then you're my 100% focus.
We've received a number of highly qualified applicants and after careful consideration have decided not to move forward with your candidacy at this time.
Every single job I've applied for, I've been rejected for it. Yes, every single one. I've never got any job that I've applied for.
I'm not gonna lie. Once you start getting rejected by a lot of jobs, you'll become numb to it.
And this is just not happening to people who are not trying. Some of these people have bachelor degrees. Some have years of work experience. Some are applying for jobs and they're overqualified for, and they still can't even get an interview. So at some point,
believe it or not, this guy is real. I don't think he's CGI. I'm kidding. I mean AI.
you have to ask, what are people supposed to do when they did everything they were told to do?
Damn.
And still it's not working.
I just got rejected from Walmart as a cashier. What the heck is so wrong with the job market that I literally spent years for a bachelor's degree? 4 years. I even went back to school to get my master's because everyone tells me it's just better if you want to find a job. And all the older people out there that have lived longer than me telling you to get a higher education,
They almost suckered me into that master's degree shit. They almost suckered me. I already got my AA, my AA degree and my BS degree. Yeah, they almost suckered me into that shit too, the poor girl.
That degree need to shut up and be questioned, because why can't I find a simple cashier job?
Yeah, there's something definitely going on with the job system, because why did I get denied from McDonald's? Like, you don't even need a high school diploma to work at McDonald's. And I graduated high school. So they deadass told me they're moving on to other and better applicants.
I applied to 20 jobs this summer, and I heard back from one. It was a rejection from Starbucks. Hi, Lila. Thank you so much for your interest in this barista position. However, unfortunately, after careful consideration, we cannot offer you the position.
Anyone else frustrated that they haven't gotten a job yet? I've been applying all year. Finally got an interview, and I have yet to hear back from them.
I've been laid off. I don't have a fucking job. I'm unemployed. I have no income. Oh, I'm so fucked.
Hey, let me tell you, I know what it's like.
Let's go to Starbucks.
Maybe you can help me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I have really based opinions, so.
Okay, perfect. I just got laid off.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Will you give me literally anything?
Yeah.
Venti would be great. I'm gonna load myself up.
Let me build you the perfect drink, by the way.
Okay, definitely a coffee.
What is your feelings on chocolate and pistachio?
Great. We have great feelings about that.
Okay.
Anything you say.
Okay. Anything else today, my love?
That'll be it.
Okay, that'll be $7.61 at the window for me.
Thank you.
Going to Barnes and Noble after this.
What? I'm just doing everything that can make myself feel better.
Bucks, you just spent $8 on a fucking coffee.
Yeah,
You fucking see that?
Are you sure? Are you for real? Thank you. Oh my gosh. That was so fucking nice, bro. She gave my drink for free. Hey ladies, if you just got fired, you too can get a Dubai
She gave it for free.
chocolate mocha. We got a venti because I just said fuck it. We're not gonna have venti money soon. Taste test? It's really fucking good. No, that's really good. No, that's really good. Thank you. Now we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble because I need Tower of Dawn.
We've made it. I think it's time that I go through all my DMs and I respond to all the sugar daddies wanting to give me money. Can I pay for it? I pay for my bills. When he goes, what would you spend the money on? Your nails or your rent? Rent and insurance, because I'm gonna not have insurance soon. Look at all these people with jobs. A whole book about kale is crazy. While I'm crying, I might as well just buy Kingdom of Ash. This many pages would normally intimidate me, but I have a lot of time. Just got fired. Quick check. I swear under here. Do I look employable? Who knew? Did that?
How's everybody doing today? Can you guys hear me and see me all right? Do you want me to call out these numbers for you? Let's see, what do we got? 140-371-458-3232. One, 4, 0, 3, 7, 1, 4, 5, 8, 3, 2. Is that okay? Somebody just tried to. Oh, is that you? Been in the garden today, but I'm listening. What's up, Justin? Adam? Yeah, that's awesome, bro. I have a lettuce, tomato, and onion garden. That's all it is. That's it right now. That's all I got. It's about 6, 5, 4, 11, and 4. It's 15 pots. Smaller than I want. Prefer to. Poor doggy. Hey, baby. He's such a good boy. He's such a good doggy. You getting hot in here? I gotta let him out. Open these windows, man. It's too fucking hot at this time of day. Excuse me. Alrighty then. Oh, here we go. Let's see. God, I hate those fucking goddamn things. Shut the fuck up, you fucking retard. Stop! Fucking pedophile tube, stop! God, I hate it when it won't give me control of the fucking video, you fucking pedophile motherfuckers. Ooh. Shut up, you idiot! Fucking retard! God, I hate those goddamn things. Oh man, you're not gonna believe this, how mentally ill this shit is. Shut the fuck up, you fucking cocksucking fucking bird. I'll fucking choke your fucking head if I could grab you. Motherfucker. Let's see.
As I know this affects you because we're talking about Kroger, Walmart, Aldi, even Costco, Tesco, Waitrose, Morrison's, and everything from popular snacks, pasta, super green supplements, and get this. I'm reading also an article that says Walmart sued after noodles found infested with moving worms. Look, I know a lot of you guys probably don't know about any of this stuff. You most definitely want to know in case it's in your cupboards, freezer, fridge today. Important information coming right up. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for starting this off with a like. If you guys like awareness that affects you, got a flood of different things that are fairly recent, some this week, some this month, and a lot dealing with salmonella. And most importantly, let's make sure it's not in your guys' cupboards, freezer, fridge, because it doesn't sound very good. Let me start off real quick with this. This is like food awareness. One thing you do not want to read, especially, I mean, all of us probably have canned goods, right? And this article says Walmart sued after noodles found infested with moving worms. And I'm seeing pictures of Campbell. You guys see what brand that is right there? That's a big brand. It says, SpaghettiOs. Walmart and Campbell's are being sued by a Florida mom after she alleges she found live worms wiggling inside a can of SpaghettiOs. I know a lot of people out there be buying them kids some SpaghettiOs. So anyway, this family claims that they bought SpaghettiOs from a local Walmart near Okeechobee County, Florida.
Okeechobee. It's Okeechobee. God damn it. He's not from Florida. Okeechobee.
Anyway, there's a lawsuit for more than $75,000 accusing both Campbell's and Walmart negligence violations of federal food safety laws, and saying that this person claims that they experienced serious health complications after eating Campbell's products, including a parasitic infection, gastrointestinal issues, illness, and sepsis. That doesn't sound good. And also, her daughter reported experiencing nausea, vomiting, and a parasitic infection. Now, Campbell's is saying these are claims without merit. The saga will probably continue. But in April of 2025, federal food safety officials issued a recall for several soups, including 4 under the Campbell's umbrella, that could have pieces of wood in a federal regulated ingredient and cilantro. And 11 of the 13 products were soups. But right now what's under fire is SpaghettiOs, which is a pretty big, widely used canned good. All right, so moving down the list, let's get through some of these and make sure they're not in your guys' home. Do not eat warnings issued to shoppers at Tesco, Waitrose, and Morrison's. They're urging shoppers to check their cupboards following a series of food safety alerts. All right, first on the list with this headline, Tuesday, May 26th of 2026, Morrison recalls Morrison savors cashews because it's possible presence of glass. They're saying that this product could have glass.
Fucking glass. Who the fuck puts glass in their goddamn food?
But don't worry, they apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Another one is this Goo Double sea salted caramel frozen dessert. Another headline, popular frozen snack, latest to be recalled over salmonella again. Seems like salmonella is in everything. Last month, several foods recalled over concerns of salmonella, including Costco and Walmart. Lots of things coming off the shelves, including dry powdered milk, which they're saying was contaminated. Select batches of Motor City Pizza, 5 cheese bread. Have you seen that one? It's because the dry milk powder was used in the 5 cheese sauce blend. And here's some other recalls that were impacted. Frozen pizzas, pork rinds, multiple Zapp's and Dirty brand chips, several snack mixes. So
where? Walmart.
Sold under brand names Fisher, Squirrel brand, Southern Style Nuts, and Target's private label. And even Good and Gather. Select croutons sold at Kroger stores in several states, specialty beverages, and select 3-ounce bottles of Port King Good sour cream and onion seasoning products. And that's not all. Also recalled because of the powder were several batches of sour cream and onion cheese curds sold by New York, sold only in New York, select pita chips sold in Giant Eagle stores, and in 5 states, a specific lot of sour cream and onion popcorn seasoning, multiple products containing a white cheddar seasoning, and a Parmesan ranch seasoning product sold at Walmart stores nationwide. Clearly, when stuff has milk in it, it's probably powdered milk, but especially the cheese bread from Costco. This made big headlines everywhere recently. Frozen cheese bread sold at Costco and Walmart recalled for potential salmonella contamination. Anything recalled from Walmart, Costco, a lot of people probably picked it up. Here's a good list right here. If you guys want to take a little snapshot of that, make sure you guys don't have the specific lot numbers. I know those come in pretty handy. Another thing that's under attack right now is super green supplements linked to salmonella outbreak. I've seen several articles regarding this. Federal authorities reopen investigation after 22 new salmonella cases emerge tied to recalled superfood supplements still on the shelves. Now, I always wonder when it comes to superfoods or anything that's probably good for you, I always question if they really don't just want you having it, but it's worth going down the rabbit hole and finding out if it is really in case effective. Because now they're saying the total now stands at 119 sick people in 36 states. So what they're finding is moringa powder identified at the source. They're saying that they traced the outbreak to imported moringa leaf powder used in superfood supplements, and 32 people have already got it and been hospitalized. Live It Up brand, and that was on January 15th. And this stuff, you guys buy this stuff, and this stuff will sit on your shelves for months before you use it all up.
That's why I try to never buy from corporations and only mom and pops or local farmers.
That's why it's still super pertinent. And a lot of people are buying this stuff on Amazon. You know, Amazon's easy. A lot of people buy from Amazon, and this is what you get with it. And more brands jumped on. I know a lot of you guys use health supplements. So TN Vitamins and Doctor's Pride both made the Total Nutrition Incorporation in Deer Park, New York, were later added to the recall. And like I said, this stuff has long shelf life. It'll sit on people's shelves for a year, 2 years. So some of those expiration dates aren't ending until August 26th. And even February 28th. So anyway, if you guys are taking some health supplements, you might want to check in to those ones specifically, because from Alaska to all the way to Florida, there's 36 states that are affected right now. And in case you guys need a refresher, symptoms of salmonella usually appear in 6 hours to 6 days after exposure and include diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps. Most healthy adults recover between 4 hours to 7 days without treatment. And I'm not going to lie, I've probably picked this up and the body just got rid of it. But the people that are more apt to have a worse situation are, of course, children, anybody with health concerns, and or above 65 years old. Keep an eye out for high fevers, bloody diarrhea, and dehydration. Anyway, guys, that's kind of the weekly.
So that's crazy. So that's crazy. Dude, wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, let me show you something so insane, so ridiculous, so fake that I just have to make fun. We're going to revisit a little subphotonic action here. So again, he's clearly hanging from ropes. We've done this back in 2016. I was putting out these videos proving NASA faking all this anti-gravity shit. Here, they're claiming you can get stuck because he is stuck on a couple ropes, harnesses. He's wearing a harness, hanging in the air from a harness. You can see it attached to his waist and under and coming out his. Has to be one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. It says here, in space, an astronaut might get stuck in one position forever if they can't reach a wall to push off. Wow. Follow for more of this mental illness. Follow. Yeah, I can't wait to get some more of that. Let's see here. So Dana, the number goes 1, 4, 0. It ain't working. 371 4583
Down? Is my company shutting down?
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately ceasing all operations. We're filing for bankruptcy.
This is where we are in society.
We are filing for bankruptcy. Again, you are about to see an insane amount of businesses, including monopolized corporations, go out of business.
8 pieces of chicken and some rice for $15. $15. Does anybody else have the feeling like there's not going to be any restaurants left?
I really feel like until they bring the cost of housing down, we should all just move back in with our parents. Like, that should be our form of revolution.
Corporate bankruptcies are the highest they've been since 2010 after the Great Recession. And yet corporations are posting record-breaking profits. Something's not adding up.
This is probably a dumb question, but if AI replaces all the jobs and people can't work, therefore they can't earn money, therefore they have no money to spend, then what is the use of people having money in the first place and of all these billionaires having companies and things with things that they can't sell because people can't buy them?
This must be the most asked question on the internet. And for good reason. We need money to buy products. But the answer to this question is the reality that we are already living.
Doritos selling for $7 a bag ended up costing PepsiCo billions. That is the headline here. Crazy. Yeah, according to Bloomberg News. Probably not big enough, Romaine, but right now PepsiCo, it's actually going to slash prices by up to 15% on some of their salty snacks after sales plunged and the company missed internal revenue targets for 2 years in a row.
The idea they learned that if we charge people $7 for a bag of Doritos, they won't actually buy those Doritos. Is that
demand destruction?
It's exactly what it is.
Dorito demand destruction?
Yeah. Did they have to put this into Claude to figure this out, or like a spreadsheet?
Did they have to put this into Claude to figure this out? Yeah, surprise, people cannot afford to pay $7 for a bag of Doritos. The Bloomberg article reads, Walmart has been telling Doritos, Lay's, and Cheetos that their prices were too high for more than a year. Doritos at Walmart had jumped nearly 50% from 2021. This comment is spot on. If Pepsi can immediately slash the price of Doritos 15%, that proves that they never had to raise the price to $7 to begin with. They did it simply because of greed. This user posted a bag of Ruffles for $7.29. This is insanity. They want so badly for their bag of chips to be $10. But raising prices is just one strategy corporations use to increase their revenue. Here's another.
Shrinkflation. I came across this old bottle of sunscreen from a couple of years ago. It is 8 fluid ounces, right? And it's on the front. It says biodegradable and cruelty free. This is a sunscreen, the exact same sunscreen that I bought a week and a half ago. Mind you, new bottle. I bought it this year. It expires in November 2026. It is 6 fluid ounces. No more biodegradable and cruelty free. This was probably under $10. I paid about $15 for this. But they have the nerve to say that it's 20% more than the 5 fluid ounces. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Shrinkflation has been going on for a while, but now it seems like it's every company's go-to strategy. But we notice we're not stupid. Someone said, when iPhones stopped coming with the charging box, I knew. Yes, this is why I refused to buy a new phone. Another person said, cars not coming with a spare tire anymore. And if they're not increasing...
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Everything's going in reverse.
the price or shrinking the product, they're lowering the quality.
I hate that we're living in a time period when restaurant food is simultaneously absurdly expensive and also aggressively mediocre. Like, when did this happen? I used to love eating out. It used to be one of my favorite activities of all time. Now I genuinely, without irony, think to myself that whatever I make at home tastes better than something else.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Get ready for a real low quality of life because our high quality life has been stolen by a small group of pedos that are greedy as shit, like CEOs from Ford, etc.
I order out.
Starters now cost as much as the actual meal, even though none of the food is actually made from scratch anymore. This comment is revealing. Restaurant owner here, it happened when Sysco and US Foods basically eliminated their small competitors. Now they own 80% of the market and raised prices 30 to 75% year over year. If you don't know, Sysco is a food supplier, and they used to supply whole ingredients so restaurants could cook fresh meals.
But now they supply a bunch of pre-cooked, they don't make shit now.
But now restaurants opt for pre-made frozen food like this bag of liquid eggs that gets microwaved.
This is insanely disgusting. Remember when you got free eggs in the morning at your hotel stay or whatever? Hotel, because it's got a lobby. You got to go to a lobby. In that lobby, you'll have some free eggs in the morning. But remember why it tasted so shitty and fake? Because it is.
And served at hotel breakfast buffets.
Look at that.
We don't even
literally pour it in out of a bag. Your pre-cooked eggs.
even know if the eggs are real. From 2020 to 2025, chain restaurant prices rose 39%, nearly double the rate of inflation. But that greed
IHOP, the greediest, most corrupt pedophiles of all of them,
is catching up with them. Restaurants are now empty at peak hours. Regular families can't afford the price gouging. This, of course, eventually leads to restaurants closing.
Fast food giant Pizza Hut now closing hundreds of its locations, 250 nationwide to be exact. The problem, they say, declining sales. Pizza Hut's parent company, Yum Brands, says it's considering various options for that chain, including
Yum is Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, what's the other one?
A possible sale.
Okay.
Companies are officially pricing out their own customers. Products, services, everything is becoming unaffordable, which begs the question, if nobody can afford their products, who is going to buy them?
There have been many tour cancellations. Pussycat Dolls canceled all but one of their North American dates, and Post Malone canceled his first 2 dates and delayed a number of others. In some of these cases, the artists are citing medical reasons. Kid Cudi recently canceled a Birmingham, Alabama show and also said plainly ticket sales just weren't strong enough. Page 6 is calling this trend Blue Dot Fever, referencing the blue dots showing available tickets on Ticketmaster. Ticketnews.com explained the pattern is becoming familiar. An artist announces a tour, sales sputter, seating charts turn into an ocean of blue dots, and then a personal reason emerges for pulling out.
Ticketmaster uses dynamic pricing to squeeze out as much money as humanly possible. But when they do this, the artists cancel their shows. They're not going to play to empty arenas. In response to the empty seats, someone said, "Nobody has money." 49,000 likes on this comment. Someone else said, "Read the room. We can't afford groceries." And because of Ticketmaster's greed, this doesn't just harm the artist, it hurts everyone who would have been hired to do the show. Security, ticketing, food and merch sales, all of those jobs gone because Ticketmaster couldn't price gouge enough people to fill a venue.
The economy is so bad right now. You can really see that it's hitting everyone from pretty much every background. It's just really, really bad. I know people who have been unemployed for well over a year. And I
saw a video of somebody, the record I heard was 3 years. But I mean, that's not many people.
I've seen people like making jokes and stuff about Spirit Airlines shutting down, but the reality is that's like, it says 17,000 because Spirit has 17,000 employees, but I saw someone else saying like they actually work for a printing company and their client is Spirit Airlines. So like this is going to ripple out.
17,000 Spirit employees just entered a job market that was already stagnant. Yeah. And like he said, every company that
just entered a job market that was already receding, stagnant. No, receding.
That worked with Spirit just lost Spirit as a customer. Someone commented, just turned 36. I make a little over $100,000 and just moved back in with my parents because I cannot afford housing in New Jersey. A similar comment.
Just fucking broke making an annual salary of over $100,000. You'd think that would be set for life, right? You'd be set for life. Me growing up and hearing that. No. You're moving back in with your parents now. If that's not a reflection of the economy or the world we live in, I don't know what is.
Comment. I make $100,000 now. I was able to afford more in 2012 when I made $55,000.
I was able to make more, afford more when I was 14 washing dishes at Key's Pancake House in Old Forge, New York for the summer. For whatever a few weeks it was.
And this one, I work for a bankruptcy firm. We are booming, which
I was in town.
Is not a good indicator. And they're right. Corporate bankruptcies keep hitting highs not seen since the Great Recession, with the last 2 years being especially brutal. These are just some of the bankruptcies from this year. QVC, Saks Fifth Avenue, Popeyes through its major franchisee, Carbon Health, Eddie Bauer, Twin Hospitality, West Marine. The list literally goes on. Corporate greed was stealing jobs well before ChatGPT.
Recession indicator I haven't seen anybody address is at the gym. It doesn't matter what time it is anymore. It's always busy. It's just
recession indicator, like try to go outside and live and like rent, buy, try to do anything. That's your recession indicator when you realize how hard it is and ridiculously hard it is. Actually impossible to survive these days. All by design, all intentional, all deliberate.
just busy. Nobody's supposed to be anywhere no more. Nobody has jobs. Nobody has jobs. So it's just we're all here. What the fuck, bro?
There too, you fucking loser. You're the fucking loser that's there too. You fucking loser. Don't you have anywhere else to go, you fucking loser? You stupid loser too. You're there. And you're fucking calling them out. Shut up!
It's 12 o'clock on Monday. Do y'all not have fucking jobs?
What about your job?
Oh my God.
Fucking loser.
Go home.
You
I'm a millennial, baby, and I know a recession when I see one.
He's better than you. He has more of a right than you.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest
into his little narrow view.
Recession indicators is the gym being packed out. Baby, it's giving New Year's one of the biggest. I'm a millennial, baby.
Recession indicator, a full gym. Love it.
And I know a recession when I see one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest recession indicators is the gym being packed out.
And this has happened before with the gyms. The gym indicator, the gym recession indicator. This has happened before.
Baby, it's giving New Year's resolution every single.
I've seen this before.
Day, okay.
All these creators pointing out the same thing. People at the gym at all hours of the day, seemingly because no one has a job. Someone commented,
or anywhere to go and take a shower or hang out. Feel wanted. Just kidding.
You're there too. The creator is
somewhere where they can't get arrested for being illegal. Everybody, homeless people are illegal. The politicians has made it illegal to be homeless. Imagine that. A group of pedophiles made it illegal for you to be homeless. Imagine that. And they get away with it. And you suffer. It's wild.
Responded, I'm unemployed though. So far in 2026, roughly 63% of all job growth came from the healthcare sector alone. In fact, without healthcare creating jobs, job growth would have been negative in recent years.
Yeah.
This is genuinely the worst economy to hate your job in. Like every day I want to quit, but every day I'm reminded if I do quit, I won't even be able to afford a meal. Like at this point,
she can't say so that's stressful.
It feels safer to just be unhappy than to be unemployed. We've never lived in times like
it feels safer to be unhappy than to be unemployed. Yikes.
this.
If you have a job right now, the advice on
you will beg for your own slavery. Remember that? You will beg for your own slavery. I remember that.
line is unanimous. Do not quit your job. This comment reads, I regret quitting my job. I can't even get a job at Burger King and I have a degree. Guys, do not quit. Someone else said, I don't hate working. I hate working to still not be able to afford anything. I know I already discussed PepsiCo at the beginning of this video, but they really are the perfect example of everything wrong with corporate America. Not only did they increase chips to $7 a bag, at the end of 2025, they announced another round of layoffs, and that came after they had already cut 450 workers and shut down 2 Frito-Lay plants in Florida. Their greed checks every corporate cost-cutting strategy. Raise prices, shrink the product, lower the quality, lay off.
You know what should have been illegal instead of mom and pops? Corporations. That's what should have been illegal. But see, it's not about protecting you. It's about protecting the pedophiles, according to the politicians in government. Ask Trump. It's all about protecting pedophiles. His friends. Remember when he talked to Tulsi and she just said that this is going to hurt my friends. That's what Trump said. He's worried about protecting his friends who are pedophiles. That's where Trump's focus is. Let that sink in. Tulsi Gabbard, or whatever the fuck's her name, said Trump told her that this will hurt his friends releasing the Epstein files. Look it up. Prove me wrong.
The workers. This is why we don't have jobs and no one can afford anything.
His focus is protecting his pedophile friends on the Epstein's list. That's what Trump said to Tulsi Gabbard, who he fired, I think, or whatever happened. I don't even know.
The real reason that everyone wants to be a business owner or an entrepreneur or a drop shipper or a content creator is because you literally cannot afford to live anymore by working for someone else.
Companies keep raising their prices so they can make more money, which raises the cost of living, which means we need to earn more money that they don't want to pay us. Every year,
they don't want to pay us.
It's the same thing. Make it make sense. This comment sums
every year. It's the same thing.
It up. It's the same, which means we keep raising their prices so they can make more money, which raises the cost of living, which means we need to earn more money that they don't want to pay us. Every year, it's the same thing. Make it make sense. This comment sums it up. I work for a billion-dollar company, Bass Pro Shops, and they pay me $18.50 per hour. That means I can afford $700 a month max for housing. I can't afford to move out of my parents' house. An employee working full-time can only afford $700 per month in rent. So what can we find in the US that's priced under $700? Here's a place in West Plains, Missouri, population.
Look, it's totally melt flooded. Look how the buildings around it have melted all around the building. See how it's unlevel? Nobody builds into a hill. It's been melt flooded, okay? That's all your melt flood evidence. Crazy.
$12,000. This place is priced at $550.
Back in the
Not
day,
a
the old
still
world.
in a city that has no people. And they have the audacity to say, no pets.
Yeah.
But what about the founder and CEO
Can you believe it?
of Bass Pro Shops? Well, he's a billionaire with an estimated $8 billion net worth. But he's not alone. Over the past 40 years, executives have been paying themselves lavishly. The Economic Policy Institute found that from 1978 to 2024,
Corporations' epic profits get scooped up by the greedy CEOs who steal all the profits via a high, insane salary.
top CEO pay shot up 1,094%, while the typical
1,100%, 1,094%.
workers' pay rose just 26%. Their pay has grown.
That's bullshit. We know that's not true. It's not even that. It's just not. It's a lie.
Over 40 times faster than ours, but they can't figure out why we now can't afford to buy their stuff. And I know we have cycles of economic downturns, but this one is hitting everyone. Blue collar, white collar, working class, whatever you want to call it, everyone is feeling it.
During the 2008 recession, people got creative. And when I mean creative, I mean things you really wouldn't believe. People were now willing to let strangers sleep in their home just to make ends meet. It's when Airbnb was founded. Surprisingly, households actually started going to the grocery store more often because they were extreme couponing. 25% of households started couponing in 2008. Many households actually went back to bartering as well. People were trading haircuts for babysitting and plumbing work for meals. What's something you or your family did uniquely during the recession?
I recently asked my mom, who was born in the 70s, if she'd ever experienced
God damn, I'm born in 1970.
economy this bad, because in 2008, nothing really changed for us. We didn't have a big fancy house or some lifestyle
I mean, she almost looks like my mom, dude.
that we needed to downsize. Life just continued. And she said no. In her lifetime, she has never experienced an economy this bad. Someone said, my family was poor, so we didn't realize there was a recession. Exactly. Someone else.
Dude, that is such a true. That happened to me so many recessions. Really? Oh, okay. Didn't affect me none. I was already broke. You dipshits. My family was poor, so we didn't realize it. I love that. That's good. I mean, I hate that. I hate that that's true.
My family was poor, so we didn't realize there was a recession. Exactly. Someone else.
Nobody gives a fuck when the stock market goes down. They don't have money in the market, you retards.
Said, my apartment then was $650 for a 1-bedroom. I could live on my own on a CNA salary. This recession is wildly different. The only people living it up right now are the top 10%.
This economy is so bad, you'll be sitting here thinking you're bad with money, and all you did was buy food. That's it. And not luxury food, regular food, just survival items. You check your bank account like, who did this? It was eggs. Eggs did this. You didn't splurge. You didn't treat yourself. You just needed to eat more than once a day. People give advice like, you just budget better. For what? Air? I love when banks send the alerts like, you spent more than usual on groceries. Yeah, I noticed. I was there.
When people feel buyer's remorse.
Yeah, evidently the bank doesn't understand inflation. You spent more than usual on it. It doesn't understand it. Inflation. A computer, AI bank, talking to its customers like this. I will kill every one of you motherfuckers.
For purchasing groceries, food, something is deeply wrong. This comment is spot on. My favorite part is after you spend $50 on 4 items, they ask you to donate. Why doesn't the store donate their money as they are?
You donate all the billions, you're shafted everybody with your fucking price gouging and greed and your monopolies. Fuck you.
Seeing record
Dare you ask us broke fuckers?
Profits, total greed. This is exactly the problem. Greed. And greed existed long before AI did. So when people ask what happens when AI takes all jobs and no one's left to buy anything, we already know. We're watching it happen. Companies laying off their workers and increasing their prices, leaving only the rich to buy their products, is not a balanced equation. But that's the silver lining in all of this. This cannot continue. They are literally pricing themselves out of business. The math doesn't math. Greed is a choice, and that's what they're choosing, but we can choose where and how we spend our money. Ultimately, the power is with the people.
What's your personal recession indicator?
I wish the power was with the people.
I ordered food last night.
Doesn't feel that way.
Opened the door, delivered by a white woman.
I just saw a man snatch a purse this morning.
Shut up, you fucking racist retard. I hate these cocksucking racists. Fuck you.
A purse?
One of my best friends, who's a real estate agent, just told me that he wants to apply to law school.
The sugar daddies in my DMs have stopped offering me $5,000. One of them reached out and asked me if $400 was okay.
Back in my day, the scam text used to be like, you want an iPhone. You want a gift card. Here's your free card. Now they're like, do you want a job? Do you want a job that actually pays your bills? I bet you do. Click this link.
Click this link. Here. I bet you do want to participate in the Hunger Games. Evaldez, what's up? Evaldez is fucking lit, brother. What's up, my man? Is it still absolutely, completely, and absolutely batshit crazy over there in Europe where you're at too? As it is here? You're still in the UK, right? Yeah, it's because it's these fuckers over here are fucking crazy. They're losing it. These fuckers in the government have lost their mind. They think they can rip off the people like this and get away with it. I just hope they're not right. Are you in Northeast UK? Because I'm glad for you if you are. Jones was shown in how fucking Ireland is. Jones was showing how fucked Ireland is. Yeah, we're all fucked. Northeast, okay. 'Damn it. Days ago. Yeah, that looks crazy. Murph Law, what's up, buddy? What's he saying? No way, UK is okay. Now, he just said the Northeast UK. But, maybe not for everybody. Obviously, maybe just for it's okay for Rebeldes. Going to attempt that quantum pause meditation that Jerry mentioned. Cool. Good. It works, bro. I'm not going to tell you something to do something that's going to waste your fucking time, first of all. That's not my style. Shut up! Fuck you! Oh my God, I'm going to fuck cocksucking birds, dude. Israeli occupation forces kidnapped dozens of Palestinian workers near Hebron. Towns near Hebron, occupied West Bank, June 2nd.
Israeli soldiers buried Palestinian children alive. In mass graves, they buried Palestinian children alive. There are reports of Palestinian children with their hands tied, restrained behind their backs, being forced into mass graves by the bulldozers that dug those graves. There are eyewitness reports saying that the muffled screams of these children could be heard while these bulldozers poured dirt over their bodies to suffocate them, to literally bury them alive.
Like the Bolsheviks and the Nazis?
Live. Dr. Mark Perlmutter, an American surgeon volunteering in Gaza, received
the Bolsheviks were worse than the Nazis.
Multiple eyewitnesses from Palestinians that bulldozers were being used to bury children alive in mass graves, and he intends to submit these testimonies to the International Court of Justice. There is also a UN report from 2024 that noted that the bodies of children were found in multiple mass graves, some showing signs of torture, others showing possible indication of being buried alive. That includes locations like Nasser Hospital, El Shifa Hospital, where mass graves were found containing the bodies of hundreds of Palestinians following Israeli withdrawal. And among the bodies in those graves were women and children, many women and children. And these bodies were found tied with their hands bound, completely stripped.
רק היום, 2:100, 3:75 למשפחה.
Israeli soldier posts video of Palestinian children cuffed, blindfolded with the caption, "For sale, 2 for 100, 3 for 75 shekels."
רק היום.
But is he joking? Is he just joking, or is he? Maybe he's not.
We have seen the most
Excuse me. What if he's not?
deranged behavior from Israelis. And I'm not just even talking soldiers. We've seen deranged behavior from soldiers, but we've seen deranged mothers on TikTok dressing up their children, you know, with black eyes and missing teeth, or making fun of parents losing babies. We've seen soldiers urinating on Palestinian captives, children attacked by dogs, sexual assault, rape. At a certain point, for those of us who are looking at Israeli society, this is looking psychotic.
Israelis protesting their right to rape prisoners at SDE prison, Timon Tiemann prison. There they are. That's what they look like. Protesting for their right to commit harm and rape. How amazing. Not protesting for their rights or freedom. Protesting to be able to commit harm and crime and rape. Let that sink in. The mental illness of these Israeli reptilian mental ill retards, this cancer of the world, this is what they do. This is why people hate them. You will never not be hated, you pedophile rapists, murdering genocidal fucks, until you change your behavior. You'll never, ever not be hated until you stop being a bunch of pedophiles, rapists. There's not enough money in the world, not enough brainwashing, not enough propaganda to make anyone like you for all the fucking pedophile shit you do, Israel. Israel's illegal war in Gaza versus Israel's illegal war in Lebanon. Let's compare. Oh, wow. Very, very similar. Yep. And they want to do this to the rest of the world too. This is their goal. This is their openly, overtly stated goal, to do this to the rest of the world and create what they call Greater Israel. More like the greater pedophiles. Look what these pedophiles in Israel have done to Lebanon and Gaza. They invaded Palestine in 1948, and look where they are, because they were allowed and they weren't put in check by the rest of the world. Look what they keep doing, this cancer. Because they're not Iran's going to put Israel in check now. And there ain't nothing pedophile U.S. government Trump can do. You dumb re-fucking tards. There's nothing you can do to Iran. They're too far away from you geographically. You can't do shit, you fucking losers. You're a joke. The U.S. military is a fucking joke, a laughing stock. You never had any power over anybody unless you have all the people over there helping you, you pedophile motherfuckers, murderers.
Yeah, folks, what can I say? Israel is an absolute pariah. And
Israel is the pariah of the world.
it is just on a mission at the moment. As I said on the last video, the Israeli generals are saying they haven't killed like this since 1967.
Since 1967.
They're just going.
We're killing like we haven't killed since 1967, says an Israeli major general bragging about the innocent people they're murdering in the West Bank on May 3rd, 2026.
Going hard, slaughtering villages in Gaza and
Like 1967, that's when they did some more land incursions and stole and murdered more Palestinians and stole their land.
West Bank, slaughtering entire villages in Lebanon, going
Constant incursions on to the
into villages in Lebanon and basically telling the people they've got 2 hours to leave and basically just giving them a few minutes.
Her estimation is over 100 soldiers in total kind of flood into the village and immediately tell people, you leave right now or you die. My main source, Nasreen Abdelal, she's at her family's little corner store behind the counter, and she sees a large armored bulldozer coming down the road towards her, and behind it, a large number of Israeli military vehicles. They went door to door, pointed their guns at residents. They told them you have 2 hours, but they didn't even give them that. People didn't even have time, some of them, to lock their doors behind them. Nasreen had run into her house to try to at least get her family's passports and a couple belongings. And she had put her kids in the pickup truck and went back to the house to get stuff. And she just hears the pickup truck's horn honking. She runs outside. There's an Israeli soldier who's basically opened the door of her vehicle while her kids are in it and is honking the horn and tells her, you get in the car, you drive right now. You drive away right now or we shoot you. And so that is how the village of Ain Arab was basically ethnically cleansed. It does seem to be a rarity, this level of kind of door-to-door at gunpoint ethnic cleansing. However, I do see it as emblematic of kind of what Israel is doing in the south, right? We're talking about dozens and dozens of villages that have been swallowed into this quote unquote yellow line that Israel declared on April 19th, saying no one will be allowed to, re-enter these villages. There's an estimated 60 villages that have been completely destroyed south of this yellow line. And now obviously they are moving further north and exacting widespread destruction on the city of Suud, which I wrote about for my last.
So how the Israelis work in Palestine and Lebanon when they go to steal more land, they kick out the people, threaten their lives. If they don't leave, they murder them. And then they back off. And so the people don't come back. They bomb all their houses so they have nothing to come back to. And most of the times they don't even give them a heads up to leave in these civilian neighborhoods.
Story for Drop Site, as well as now.
That's not their MO.
In the story today, we talk about the city of Nabatea, which is experiencing very heavy airstrikes. And so casualties mounting, even as, of course, all the diplomatic parties attempt to reach some sort of a ceasefire in southern Lebanon. People have told me that this is the worst that they've experienced. I think just the extent of the destruction, also the speed by which it's happening. Even this yellow line and these designations, they're completely arbitrary. They're changing rapidly. There isn't any sort of discernible calculus here besides mass destruction and mass, instability, really, and mass punishment of a people.
Yeah, and clearing out entire villages in Lebanon this way, and then just detonating the entire village. These aren't military targets. These are Lebanese homes. They're just going in and they are decimating all of southern Lebanon. Some of these villages are 3,000 years old. They don't care. They're just going in and destroying everything. Displaced over 1 million people. Bombing tent cities in Gaza. Not letting any food in, not letting any trucks in, not letting any amenities in at all. There's garbage piled up in Gaza.
Like I said, it's an open air prison.
Gaza now, full of rats, full of insects, and
they've turned the entire portion of Israel, the west side of Israel, completely into an open air prison.
The most terrible.
They're pushing them into the sea. Literally, Israel is literally pushing the Palestinians into the water. into the sea.
or
Shut
living
up!
conditions.
Shut the fuck up! Fuck! Idiot!
We are in the center
Idiot!
of Gaza City. We are on top of a pile of waste that has been accumulated throughout the world.
Look at this pile of trash that's accumulated throughout the world. War. Not really a war, more of a beat down genocide by Israel onto the Palestinians. It's not a war. They're calling it. They always call this Israel-Palestine thing a war. It's not. It's a genocide. When it's an open-air prison and they have no military or government, not even a single gun is allowed in there, that's not a war. That's an open-air prison. That's a genocide. Shut up! Ah, damn. I got I'll fucking rock that. This is crazy. This is what happens when you let a bunch of pedophiled out, reptilian, psychopathic, genocidal Israelis, when you tell them that they're the best in the world and that everybody else should be serving them. This is the kind of shit that's going to go down.
This situation has been affecting.
When you can convince people of absurdities, you can make them commit atrocities.
All the people living in Gaza City, especially those living in this neighborhood, who have been at risk of health concern, especially during the summer period.
What is that? Displacement camps.
القرص على وجوهنا، خزقنا الخيم، خزقنا الارض، سطوحات الارض كلهن، يعني الوضع صعب للغاية. نحن نسكن على مكب النفايات، القرص، الفئران، الرائحة الكريهة، البعوضة، الأمراض المتفشية. يعني احنا اليوم لا قادرين نخزن أكل، الأواعي تاكلن والخيم تاكلن. ليل نهار بنحاول إنه نسد بالواح زناقي، نسد المناطق اللي بدخلن علينا منهن القرص. لكن في الأول وفي الآخر هذا مكب نفايات. وحطيت سم وواحد بيقدرش يكافح لحاله، يعني أنت اليوم السنتي تبع السم ب3 شيكل، لما بتجيب لك أنت ب50 شيكل بتقتل لك 5-10 قرص. طب ما بيجي بدالهن 50 واحنا بدنا حد يقف معانا يساعدنا في هيك امر، يجيب لنا سم، يجيب لنا مصايد، يعمل لنا حل لهيك شغله.
And this is all being done deliberately because this is how Israelis like to torture their victims. It's now been revealed, there's been a study that has shown that rape and torture is part of Israeli government doctrine.
For decades, scattered reports have emerged of pedophiles hiding in Israel, of rape within the military, of Orthodox sects protecting abusers, of Palestinian children subjected to systematic sexual violence. Each case was dismissed as an aberration, but when you connect the evidence, a darker picture emerges. Israel has built a civilization-scale apparatus where child rape is not just a failure of government, it is a doctrine of government cohesion and control. Israel's law of return, intended to offer refuge status to Jews worldwide, has been systematically exploited as a haven for child rapists. Jewish American pedophiles routinely flee to Israel to escape prosecution. Extradition requests often stall for years. Inside Israel, abuse is pervasive. Tens of thousands of pedophiles operate in the country every year. Hundreds of children are sexually assaulted annually. Orthodox communities conceal molestation within yeshivas. Rabbinical courts silence survivors. The military suppresses reports of rape among female conscripts. Predators fleeing from the United States and Europe don't just disappear. They bring with them archives of crimes and compromise, which become assets for Israeli intelligence. Sanctuary is a pipeline for importing leverage. This feeds directly into Israel's intelligence doctrine. The Epstein-Maxwell network, with its ties to Israeli intelligence, exemplifies the model. Children as currency, sex as leverage, silence as control. Honey traps involving minors ensnare foreign politicians. Mossad archives compromise US officials and UN staff. Diplomatic immunity shields predators abroad. In the occupied territories, Palestinian children are subject to detention, rape, and sexual humiliation. These are not random war crimes. They are systemic. Minors are coerced into collaboration under threat of rape. For Israel, occupation doubles as an inexhaustible reservoir of child victims. The machine operates in plain sight because global institutions act as mirrors, not protectors. Media reports surface, then vanish. The UN blocks reports of Israel's sexual war crimes. Western governments continue aid while silencing survivors. The evidence converges. Israel has constructed an apparatus of governance where child rape is a functional doctrine. Internally, it maintains cohesion through silence and ritual. Externally, it weaponizes compromat to control diaspora elites and foreign governments. Militarily, it deploys sexual violence as both weapon and archive. Globally, it is shielded by narrative immunities that turn exposure into taboo. This is not governance failing to stop child rape. This is governance through child rape. Why does the United States call Israel its greatest ally? Because the apparatus ensures silence at the highest levels. Compromised officials cannot resist. Aid continues to flow. Wars are subsidized. And at the center, children's bodies remain the raw currency of power.
This is simply the way they do business. This is a torture state. That's what Israel is. I mean, Judaism itself is a death cult. Their star on their flag is the Star of Remphan, which symbolizes child sacrifice. There is no such thing as the Star of David. If you're a religious person out there, a Christian, a Jew, anybody, find me a Star of David mentioned in any religious book anywhere. You can't. Maybe it's mentioned somewhere in the Scofield Bible. I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me. But if it is, that would be the only one. Because, of course, that is a complete book of bullshit. More than any of them are books of bullshit. That one is the most book of bullshit ever. But there is no Star of David. It's the Star of Remphan. This is a group of psychopaths that are taking over the world. And they don't really care who knows it. They consider themselves powerful enough now. See, they've got this way through Donald Trump. Remember when Donald Trump was first inaugurated, Benjamin Netanyahu said in a speech, "We are now in possession of the superpower." They got dirt on Trump. They got dirt on everybody through the Epstein files. That's how they're able to get away with this whole merging of the military, merging the United States and Israeli militaries together. This is basically just handing the United States over to Israel. It's more than it already is. I mean, it has been anyway. Now they're just doing it out in the open, so you can see they're just kind of finalizing the deal. This has been a coup from within. The United States is gone. Israel is guilty of so many war crimes, and now United States is going to be just as guilty with this merger. This is another reason why you will never get the United States pushing for any Israelis to be charged with war crimes, especially now the two militaries are being merged together, because that will put...
Which is insane. So now they can hide all the money that they steal to Israel and just say, hey, we're one. All the money for the U.S. military is ours now for Israel. There you go, stupid sheep, you stupid slave, you stupid U.S. patriot retards, pussy faggot cowards that gave up your assholes to Israel, pedophiles. Fuck you, cowards.
These war crimes charges against the United States.
Cowards!
The United
And
States,
the United States government, cowards.
for all
All
this genocide to
pedophiles.
continue.
Y'all
They are
will die.
genociding.
It's time to kill all of you pedophiles in the United States government. That's right, you fucking dick riders, pedophile dick riders.
Lebanon now the way they have genocided Gaza. And they intend to continue this. They intend to take over Jordan and Syria.
Guys,
They intend to go to war with Turkey and with Egypt as well after this. They intend to annex large sections of Egypt. They intend to annex large sections of Saudi Arabia, all of Jordan, I think all of Syria, parts of Iraq, parts of southern Turkey. That is the plan for Greater Israel. I did hope a few weeks ago or a month ago that there would be no Greater Israel, that actually prodded the lion's den by attacking Iran the way they did, but it now appears that Iran is simply responding the way Israel wants them to respond. And they're just basically destroying the supply chain. They're not really destroying Israel at all. So this whole thing has just been a play to give Israel more power. And Israel set up footholds in Argentina. You've got Javier Milei allowing 400,000 Israelis in there to settle. And you've got like at least that many settling in Ukraine as well. You've got whole enclaves of these people up at places like Kiryat Yoel in northern New York State and in Lakewood, New Jersey, whole enclaves of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these people. And yet we're told there's only 15 million Jews on earth. It's ridiculous, folks. The figures don't add up at all. You know, when you look at the earth, there doesn't appear to be 8 billion people on earth. There's probably only about 3.
No, you dumb fucking retard. There's only 1 billion. And we gave you 500,000 on top of that, 1.5 billion, just to be safe. Okay? 1.5 billion just to count for any bullshit. Okay, that's it. So they're lying about everything. Hey, they lied about everything else. They're just not lying about that. Okay. Lying about everything else, just not that. Shut up.
And there is definitely far, far more than 15 million Jews on earth. They're setting up shop everywhere. Buying 40 Greek islands. They're actually being chased out of some of these Greek islands now. The Greeks are getting a little bit annoyed about what they're doing. Israel seems to be taking over everywhere, taking over all the forests of Patagonia, taking over large sections of Argentina apart from Patagonia.
It's crazy.
Taking over large sections of Ukraine, large sections of Greece. And now the whole island deal. The whole island deal. I mean, what a scam.
Literally have this cancer of reptilian aliens, Israelis, literally taking over all the governments, taking over all the land everywhere. They're an infestation of cancer. Again, if they're not aliens, they might as well be assholes. Fight the aliens.
The whole Trump family, what a scam the Trump family has been. Like, it's just taken over so much.
Non-stop grift of the presidency, ripping off the American people every which way but loose. And loose.
Stock. It's made like 4 billion. Like Trump himself has made like 4 billion in insider trading just in the last year. Set his son up on a $620 million company. Now he's got his son-in-law and his daughter wanting to buy this island in Albania and saying, oh, it was just so warm and fuzzy. We went there and we swam there off the boat. And I was walking on the shore barefoot and I just felt this was the fulfillment of my dreams, you know, just so warm and fuzzy about it.
I'm working
Meanwhile, it's really Epstein Island 2.0.
on an incredible feels
Straits that go between Albania and Italy, because this is a choke point
of that.
And to say this is just a random island we thought we'd, you know, be a good place to set up a resort. No, this is a strategic military choke point that is always grabbed in any major military conflict, because this is the choke point between Albania and Italy, and anybody
Did you hear that? This island is the choke point between Albania and Italy.
who controls that island between that is always grabbed in any major military conflict, because this is the choke point between Albania and Italy, and anybody who controls that island controls those straits that go between Albania and Italy. And this island is fully set up. This island has bunkers, at least like 30 bunkers. It has an
And islands are just melted buildings that were made above the floodwater, melted buildings from the old world that got wiped out 420 years ago, highly advanced civilization.
underground tunnel system. It has submarine bases. It has buildings. This is a full militarized island already. If the elite, someone like Trump's family, was to get hold of this island, this would be like Epstein Island meets Batman and becomes Spectre on steroids, you know, like full Hail Hydra
Yeah, this ain't going to be good for little children. If this happens, it's not going to be good for children of the world.
shit.
Kushner
By the way, nothing's good for the children of the world, but these fuckers running around.
is not buying that island in Albania to turn it into a luxury resort.
He's really not actually not the one.
The story
He's just the face,
that they've put out
the illusion to hide the real owner.
is that this is a luxury resort project backed by the Saudis and facilitated by the Albanian government. So this is the island here. Look what even Google Maps has labeled this as, firstly. But let's zoom out a bit. That island is here, right there. It is at the exact point where the Adriatic Sea becomes the Ionian Sea, approximately 56 miles from Italy. The single most important geographic fact to understand is that whoever controls this island, Strazan, controls the Strait of Otranado. This narrow choke point between Albania and Italy is the only maritime gateway between the Adriatic and the Mediterranean. Historically, every single navy that has ever wanted to dominate this area or control trade through it has had to occupy and fortify Sazan. This means a lot of the work is already done for them. There are 3,600 nuclear survivable bunkers on this island.
They're all just melted buildings from the old world, which, by the way, could have been set up to fight back in the old world.
There's also 10 miles of
But I'm not saying that.
underground tunnels connecting command posts, ammunition stores, submarine pens, and hideouts. There are Soviet submarine pens and deep water anchorages already there, ready for use. All of this militarizing of the island, preparation for nuclear war, was done during the Hoxha regime. I will do a separate video about the Hoxha regime in Albania. But here's the full chain of control. It passed from the Ottomans to the Italians to the Albanians to the Soviet Navy, back to the Albanians, and now suddenly it's going to a private American cartel. The through line
You just can't make this shit up.
here is that it has been a military garrison for the local navy. The exception at the end is that it's now being sold to Jared Kushner. Why is Europe allowing the Project 2025 guys to buy their own nuclear garrison in the middle of the Adriatic Sea? Well, we're not, because
Compromised, blackmailed, pedophile politicians are all over the world, not just the U.S., believe it or not.
this was Albania yesterday. Shout out to anybody that was there, you absolute legends. It's not technically correct to say that it's Kushner and Ivana that are buying this island either. This is the Delaware Corporate Registry. This is the entity Atlantic Incubation Partners, LLC. This is who's buying the island. That LLC.
This is who's buying the island. Atlantic Incubation Partners. Again, incubators. That sounds creepy as fuck. What are you just making babies and selling them? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Atlantic Incubation Partners, LLC. This is who's buying the island. That LLC is linked.
Baby incubator, seller, clone operator clearly is buying the island.
To Kushner's company, Affinity Partners.
He has, who sounds to me, who has the same dream as Epstein, creating a super race with their DNA, or a super slave race of sex slaves.
And the CEO of Affinity Partners, Asher Abashira, is also listed as the chairman of Cezanne Real Estate Development Company, LLC. The legal home of Atlantic Incubation Partners is Delaware. It was formed on the 5th of April, 2023, EN 9233299707. Kushner is the public face of this, but I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the Affinity Partners team. You'll get it here. Chad Mizell is Senior Legal Counsel for Affinity Partners. He served...
Wait till she describes every single one of them. They're all related to the same pariah, pedophile, reptilian, alien country, Israel. Every one of them. They're all a bunch of fucking cocksucking, alien, Israeli fucking pedophile motherfucker and dick riders.
Served as Chief of Staff to the United States Justice Department in 2025.
All roads lead to pedophile Israel.
That's an immediate conflict of interest, and we're only at the first name. Nick Butterfield was the former Deputy White House Policy Coordinator from August 2019 to January 2021 under Donald Trump. Also, before that, he interned during George W. Bush's administration. When you search for Lauren Key, the first thing that comes up is the letter that the US Finance Committee had to send her in this CFO role a year ago, saying specifically, I write seeking information relating to the recent revelation that 99% of the investment funds that you are managing is coming from the Saudi Arabian government. This is Chairman Wyden's letter to her, where he literally opens it saying, it is deeply concerning that several Middle Eastern governments are using funds managed by Affinity as a means to pay millions of dollars in fees to the president's son. When I search for the name John Rader, the first thing that comes up is his bio at the Hoover Institution that confirms he is also senior counselor at Palantir and was chief of staff to the US Senator Bill Hagerty.
Oh no, not Palantir.
He also spent 4 years in the White House. The next slide is what they call their Global Research and Geoeconomics team. The first one, Major General Miguel Correa, is a retired Green Beret 2-star US Army general. He was the Defense Attaché, which is the highest ranking member of the armed forces stationed in an overseas embassy. He was in Dubai. There, he coordinated a secret 2017 US Special Forces rescue of a downed Emirati helicopter in Yemen. He saved a wounded Emirati royal and became the personal hero of the Crown Prince. He is credited with coining the name Abraham Accords. Charming. The next one is Kevin Hassett, head of global research. Another screaming conflict of interest. Hello? Is the US democracy just for decoration? He is currently the director of the White House National Economic Council, the most senior economic policy job in the building. He is also a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, a teacher at the Columbia Business School, and as research affiliation with NBER. So the man who is currently the architect of US economic policy is also the head of research at a fund that is 99% financed by Middle East countries. That is a live conflict of interest, an unresolved one that demands a disclosure check. But it's not my country, so somebody should put some pressure on. And then this one, Cale Klingenpeel, is the former chief economist at the America First Policy Institute. You know, the Trump-aligned policy shop? No, they're partners. Asad Nayavi is also a partner at Apis Partners, a private equity fund, and Wolfenson Fund Management, another private equity fund that was founded by the previous World Bank president, James Wolfenson. He's also ex-Lazard. It's weird how I read those positions as crimes, but he would probably hear them as a flattering compliment. But anyway, the pattern across his CV is the same machine.
That is strange, isn't it?
Extracting fees from the poorest people on earth and dressing that up as inclusion. It's similar with the second one. Brett Perlman is also PE investment banking. I'd love these men to know that if I was sitting looking pretty in a bar with my girlfriends and they tried to send us drinks, I would spit in it and walk out. He was Blackstone's first ever undergraduate hire in 1989, rising to senior managing director. He then went on to co-found Elevation Partners, another private equity firm, a Silicon Valley one. Avi Berkowitz, also in the White House under the Trump administration, he worked on Trump's peace plan, the Gaza peace plan, and on the Abraham Accords. He was actually the lead White House negotiator on the Abraham Accords, the deal that normalized Israel's relations with the UAE. And then Tom Storch, according to the Atlantic Council, is a distinguished fellow in the Project for the Middle East Integration. Also, the deputy director of the National Economic Council, the deputy assistant to the president for the International Economic Affairs, the US lead negotiator at the G20 and the G7 coordination during the US host year 2020, senior director for global economics at NSC, and a senior international affairs official at the Department of Energy.
Yeah, this isn't just some random island, folks, that we walked on and felt all warm and fuzzy about. No, this is a strategic operation. And the people in Albania are absolutely outraged about it. And there are mass protests in the street in Albania.
Okay, what the fuck are you doing, idiots? Crazy. Look at that. Again, government's just going to gas everybody out. We don't want to hear it. So all the rich pedophile politicians who are protected by these order-following retards are just high back hidden in their mansions, and they send out the pedophile order followers to throw gas at the people who don't like getting ass raped. What a bunch of fucking idiots, dude. You're all a bunch of fucking retards. You're dumber than dog shit. I can't believe that I'm in a world where you're this fucking goddamn dumb, where you let this happen. You let a government exist, and you let the entire world, 90+% of it, get abused by a small group. It's bizarre. Literally have the entire population of the world being completely manhandled and abused like a misogynist psycho. You literally have a small group of people just abusing everybody in the world, and nobody does anything about it. They're like a bunch of Stockholm syndrome victims. It's bizarre. What I'm watching, and it's bizarre to watch an entire population in the whole world just bend over and get ass raped and do nothing about it. No. This ain't gonna do shit. You gotta wake these people up, dude. The rest of the people that won't wake up, that are under mind control from the television, from the government, from the corporations. That's the best way to do it. Because then they're gonna, if you don't do that, they're gonna work against you until you wake them up. Albania.
Yeah, pretty full-on stuff. The president says he doesn't care. He says you can have 5,000 people protest, you can have 500,000 people protest. I'm still going to go ahead and do it. Because, of course, he's there, he's put his hand on the wall, and he's all part of the club. But, you know.
So the Albanian president says, fuck you. I know you pretended we went through the motion of you electing me and I'm going to represent you, but I don't give a fuck about you. And that's every politician. Trump, I know I told you all this shit, but fuck you. I represent Israel and the corporations. And every politician is the same. Every country, look at us. Every goddamn country, they do the same thing. They sell out to the pedophile Israel and bend over their asshole and sell out their soul for the destruction of their own people.
And there's only 2.7 million.
That loser, his soul is forever condemned.
People, I think, in all of Albania.
I'll condemn it.
And if that's the attitude of the president or the prime minister, then I think his days are probably numbered and we're going to see this guy.
You would hope. You would hope. But look at Trump. There's people out there right now that are still in the cult, mentally ill. They're mentally ill.
Either dead or chased out of the country within a very short time.
Israel, go away. Our land is not for sale. You pedophile reptilian aliens.
That seems to be what's happening in Albania. But it's just crazy, folks, what Israel is doing. And this whole...
Get rid of the pariah, the cancer known as Israel. What a fucking cancer. You pieces of shit. You deserve everything you're going to get.
Merger of the U.S. military, it's just... This is the worst thing that could possibly happen. This is really, really bad. You know, you've got to wonder what's it going to take for the United States military to stand up and reclaim their country? What's it going to take for people to stand up?
Yeah, what is it going to take? Because I'm sitting here going, holy fuck, I'm watching the biggest cowards of all time, or they're just all brainwashed, man. Infatuated by the news and the television, believing, not understanding that it's an intelligent psychological operation. Mockingbird Media. This is how dumb the people are. They're so dumb they don't understand that none of the food is real, and they wonder why they have cancer and they're fat and dying and ugly. When less is really more. Less poison is more.
And reclaim their country. You know, while all this is going on, all this death and destruction and all this stuff that Israel's doing, you got Trump building a big UFC fighting arena at the front on the White House lawn. You got him wanting to build the ballroom, and there was a whole...
This is what he's focused on while people are starving and can't afford gas to get to work to a job that doesn't pay the bills. This is what we're talking about, man. The mental illness of the government, Trump.
Discussion about the ballroom and all this sort of shit he wants to do, put his face on a
mental illness of the government via Trump.
$250 note and all sorts of crap. All this stuff that he wants to do, all this is going on while all this death and destruction and mayhem is being carried out by Israel. And no one's doing anything about it. And the Palestinians are suffering, the Lebanese are suffering, everybody.
Not a single stone left standing in Gaza. Look at that. That is goddamn crazy, bro. Israel has completely demolished every building, every single building in Gaza. Look at that.
And no one's doing anything about it. And the Palestinians are suffering, the Lebanese are suffering, everybody is suffering. Even the people of the United States are suffering. And Trump's building a ballroom and a UFC arena on the White House lawn. And there's talk about
death rates to pass birth rates in the U.S. by 2030.
about it. Nobody likes it, but hey, it's still going ahead anyway. The whole world's just gone crazy.
It's so ridiculous. This place is a laughing stock.
And a data center.
It's a laughing stock.
These are still going ahead. All their claims about climate change and shit, you notice how they've all sort of disappeared? These data centers are going to be using massive amounts of water, making massive amounts of noise, using massive...
These data centers are the absolute essence of what these climate retards have been crying about. And you haven't heard a fucking peep, man. That tells you what a scam it is. It's only convenient. They only do it when it's convenient. You won't hear a word peep out of Greta until she's given the green light by her uppers.
amounts of electricity.
Although she might have woke up by now after getting abused by Israel. Who knows? I hope that woke her up. She quits that climate shit.
What happened?
Climate fraud shit that they're claiming.
It's all the claims about climate change and shit. But again, the data centers are happening because we use all the data. So stop using all the data. Stop giving them all the data they need. Stop using all this smart shit, folks. And realize what's going on here. And how you're being controlled in so many ways. Like we know what they did with the graphene and the COVID and the injections and the nanotech and 5G and all the stuff we've talked about over the years. All the Wi-Fi as well, all the stuff from the data centers that's going into the data centers. See, all this Wi-Fi information, like I said, anything you do that's Wi-Fi in your house, you got a smart fridge, you got smart toasters, smart ovens. They're all
I will never
using
buy any of
Wi-Fi.
that.
They're all setting up data and sending
That's smart on it. I will never buy it. Okay, right off the bat, guaranteed.
data to these data centers. What they're
I will go to an antique store and buy a toaster for a garage sale.
also doing is mapping your house. That's something that Wi-Fi does, is map your house. If you have 3 cell phones in your house, and generally most families will have.
Your house is being Wi-Fi mapped. Yeah, they're crazy, folks. This is out of control. The obsession for control by this group of reptilian aliens is so inhuman. It should be obvious to people.
3 cell phones in their house. You got 3 cell phones and you got a router, maybe a couple of routers in your house, a few different computer nodes in your house.
When people don't behave human anymore, maybe they're not. Let that sink in.
Essentially set up a sonar in your house. It's like that scene in Batman when he was trying to find the Joker.
Yeah, they put that shit right in your faces, you fucking retard slaves. You lemmings.
And he turned everybody's cell phones in Gotham City into nodes so that he could map everything and see everything that was going on in every house.
Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, unethical, dangerous. You've turned every cell phone in Gotham into a microphone. And a high-frequency generator receiver.
Yeah, I didn't know Alex Jones was playing Batman.
You took my sonar concept and applied it to every phone in the city. With half the city feeding you sonar, you can image all of Gotham. If he talks within range of any phone in the city, you can triangulate his position.
See, they show you what they're doing in these movies. And that's what they've done with Wi-Fi. That's what Wi-Fi can do. See, it's already set up. And they use it.
Like a sonar to map your house and your behaviors.
They know what you're doing. They know what room you're in. They know how many people are in there. They know when you're showering. They know when they can set up a 3D model. They can see a 3D model.
Why do they want to know this stuff, man? You have to understand, this obsession with control is clearly a mental illness and completely psychotic and psychopathic.
Absolutely terrifying. They're able to actually spy on us using Wi-Fi. I mean, forget videos, forget surveillance, forget microphones, all of the things we think about when it comes to surveilling people. They're now actually able to compose video imagery and figure out who's in a room, what you're doing, all just using Wi-Fi signals, which we're all surrounded with right now. Here is Cyber Maddie, and she explains this on our YouTube channel. We sped it up, but watch this.
Wi-Fi, as we know it, is on the verge to becoming a sensing technology, capable of understanding movement, presence, and gestures without cameras. So what does this mean for surveillance and for your privacy? Wi-Fi sensing has been around for longer than you may think. In the early 2000s, researchers figured out that Wi-Fi signals moved and changed as people moved through a space. And by 2013, a researcher figured out that you could detect human breathing through a wall using nothing but a Wi-Fi router. And now the IE, or some may call it the IEEE, or some may call it the IEEE, has standardized this. And it is called 802.11bf, which is a Wi-Fi sensing capabilities being integrated within all routers. So this turns existing Wi-Fi into a person sensing tool without using cameras or wearables or anything like that, just using Wi-Fi and then the waves that it emits. So I wanted to see for myself how much Wi-Fi could actually see. I grabbed a cheap ESP32 board and flashed some open source firmware onto it and pointed it at myself to see if Wi-Fi could detect my presence and other people's presence in a room. So when I got everything hooked up, it did sense my presence. It saw my heart rate, my breathing rhythm, it did my pose detection, and it detected multiple people walking around within the space. Now, for this experiment, I only had one ESP32 board, which it does recommend at least 2. So the sensing is a little janky compared to if you had 2 or multiple ESP32 boards, but with only one ESP32, it does get the job done. When it was detecting 2 people walking around, as you can see, the bigger blob of light was me, and I think with the one sensor, it had trouble positioning me in the space within the software. As you can see by the ghost person moving around me rapidly, it did get the job done, and it did sense 2 people. So how does Wi-Fi sensing actually work? Think of your Wi-Fi like a sonar. So for example, bats use sonar to figure out where they are within a space. They send out sound waves and it bounces off objects and then comes back to them. Wi-Fi does the same thing, but with radio waves. Every time a Wi-Fi signal bounces off your body, it comes back as something different. So the data actually transforms as it bounces off objects. And those tiny differences have data that encode your heartbeat, breathing rate, your presence, your pose. So this is technically called CSI sensing. So why would Wi-Fi sensing even need to be implemented in the first place? Now, Wi-Fi sensing works anywhere where Wi-Fi exists, which is pretty much everywhere all the time. You don't need any extra hardware or any extra setup. You just need Wi-Fi to be able to sense people and where they are. Now, the interesting part, because there are no cameras, it actually avoids those pesky privacy regulations. One thing this country needs is more technology to—
Oh, they're so pesky. Your rights, your freedom, your privacy, being protected from a bunch of pedophiles. That's so pesky if you're a pedophile. If you're a fucking pedophile, you fucking retards.
To avoid privacy regulations more than we're already doing. Now, some reasons that the developers give that this Wi-Fi sensing might be useful to organizations or to you personally. These are somewhat normal use cases such as elderly care, hospital, patient monitoring, things like that. Like, yeah, I could see this being used for those use cases, and that's somewhat valid. Now, the more so concerning use cases is in the hotel in hospitality section. Room occupancy without door sensors, minibar and bathroom usage patterns, energy savings on empty rooms. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want someone seeing an infrared
That's insane.
outline of me and my bathroom usage or my hotel room occupancy. But
no kidding.
Thank you very much.
So this is all extremely scary. You can watch that full thing, Cyber Maddie. Very, very frightening that now Wi-Fi could just be used to spy on us. They don't even need video cameras anymore. They can just use Wi-Fi and see an outline of you and what you're doing in your hotel room, using the bathroom, using your bed, doing whatever it is you do in your bed and in your bathroom. And they could see all of that. They could see people coming and going from your house. They could see what you're doing, where you are in your house. I mean, just imagine all of the things they could do. And because the laws have not caught up to this, it could be done. It's spying without spying.
You set all that up as wireframe and put, skin on it and clad it, then it looks like people. It looks like you. So they've all got this stuff going on.
Use of a little bit of AI and bam, next thing you know, hey, you're a bunch of fucking peeping Tom pedophile motherfucking dick riders.
And this is what's going in the data centers as well. All of your Wi-Fi setups in all your houses are all mapping your houses in 3D in real time. Yeah, so the Wi-Fi is acting like a sonar with everybody all over the world. It's crazy. It's crazy just how much shit they're doing, folks, and how much hold they've already got on everything and everybody. It really is.
Anyway, you guys get the idea. Ugh. anyway, man, what else? Appreciate you guys being here. And thanks for any support. Yeah, I mean, Alex Jones is a total sold out shill, bro. I would never watch him, bro. I can't watch this lying fat slob sell out like him. He's sold out to humanity. He's not a person to me. Okay? I would never, ever, ever listen to a single word that came out of that fucking pedophile dick rider's mouth. He's a pedophile protector. He was paid by Trump to push the Trump fucking terrorist regime. Fuck that dude. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Could be Friday, could be Sunday. I appreciate you guys being here. Love you guys. I bless you guys, and I send you many blessings. And thank you for hanging out with me. And I really would love to have a bunch of people come out here to North Carolina and visit one day, man. Shit, it'd be great to have some visitors. But anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Much love, much love. We got a comment. I love you too, Robin. Appreciate you. And I hope it works out with Dana there. And thanks again, Dana. Love you. Thanks all of you that support me at all. You know who you are. If you've donated, I thank you. In the past ever, even just once, I thank you again. Thank you. Much love. Love you guys.